It's game day. We're finally here. We're back. The Eagles are on our screens after another chaotic week of NFL football. Apologies for no streams on Friday, but there is a big meaty one tonight. 4 hours, assuming that, it goes that sort of length here of Eagles versus Falcons with me during the Watchalong. We might get some special guests along the way, but we are locked in. Kylie's locked in. She'll be running our social media, for this evening, and Josh is as well. Go Birds. Little G's in. You're a madman, Liam. It's 1 a.m. It's 1 a.m. I'm honest with you. I'm struggling, okay? I'm an old man now. I'm 29. I was 19 when I started Philly Sports Network, okay? I'm now 29. I've got facial hair. I'm an old devil. And back-to-back primetime games, which means I go to bed at around 5, 6 in the morning and have to be up. I can't do it anymore. I'm an old man. I need to lock in. I need to get my game up, but I'm struggling. But as we saw last week, Brian came on to rescue the stream. I didn't realize I was slumped halfway down in the chair. I've got energy drink here. I think I jumped the gun prematurely. I shot my load early last time out, and I didn't. I think I drunk it at 11 o'clock at night. So I've only just opened it now. So I'm hoping I get ramped up by halftime and we go through. Sean, the re-recorded version of Cult of Personality is crap. I know, but copyright issues. I've got to be careful. But I think it still slaps. But I agree. The original is way better. I might have to make an updated intro because that one is a couple years old now. But we're a couple minutes away from kickoff in Philadelphia, the home opener. Obviously, Nick Foles is being retired at halftime. So his big ceremony is going to be emotional, I think, for a lot of people. We've also seen throughout the evening that Fletcher Cox has been out and about. Nick Foles has been out and about. And obviously, a couple of other people as well have just been inundated with the fans, making some memories, strutting their stuff, doing some dance moves. We've had Zach Chauvelella, our guy down at Xfinity Live, soaking it all up. We've got an amazing video of Fletcher Cox leading an Eagles chant in Xfinity, which is always pretty cool to see. So, we're good to go. The vibes are high. I mean, I feel like it's one of them where I wouldn't expect the Eagles to be complacent given the way week one went and the fact that they've got so many big names in the house. They're retiring an all-time great. The only quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl in the city of brotherly love for that team is retiring. You've got to show up, and we've seen interviews with Hurts and Kelsey. We saw a first ever meeting between Hurts and Foles. I'd like to think that may be the catalyst of getting them over the edge, but we shall see. What's up, Ron? Nice to see you, man. Jalen sounded different in his interview, said win. He definitely sounds a bit more... I thought he sounds a bit more laid back in the one with Kelsey, but I think that's just because it's Kelsey. Obviously those two are incredibly close. They've built up a bond over the last few years. There's always going to be a bit more of I think Jalen with media and Jalen with other people are two very separate personalities. So I'd assume that might be why. But I love Sean's prediction there. Jahan Dotson, 2 touchdowns. All right, I'm all over that. Now, I'm not a betting man. I am. Me and my friend cooked up a same game parlay. We had a profitable weekend betting on the NFL. So we combined minds. By that, I mean my mind. And we've run one up together. So this is what we're working with today. All right. It's 130 to 1. It's going to land. It's easy. All right. Eagles to win minus 5.5. Easy. Bijan over 30 receiving yards. I think that should land pretty easily. Smitty over 5.5 receptions. There's no AJ Brown. That should walk it in. Saquon Barkley to score a touchdown. That's money for old rope. Jahan Dotson over 31 receiving yards. This is where the sickos come in. This is where we spruce these numbers up and turn that into a Bunsen burner, nice little earner. Kirk Cousins over 1.5 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts over 1.5 touchdowns. And Dallas Goedert to score a touchdown anytime. And that would net us £1,300 each. So around $1,500 there for a $10. And I'm all for it, I'm a sick man. I will bet Jahan Dotson until I cannot bet on Jahan Dotson anymore. He will work this out. Diglo says that they miss Wentz and that they do miss, Greg Ward, presumably. I mean, we've only seen one game of Jahan Dotson. I mean, the story of Greg Ward's cool, but ultimately, I'll tell you what, instead of the Greg Ward to Jahan Dotson comparison, we could be realistic and we could say DeAndre Carter. You know, someone that's gone out and carved himself one hell of a career post-Eagles departure, despite being a role player for the team. I think that's the difference in the receivers. But the vibes of Greg will... excuse me. The vibes of Greg Ward will always be immaculate. And I miss Wentz to some degree. I wouldn't say an awful lot. I would say that I would take this team currently over any team they've had, arguably the Super Bowl, maybe even before that. I miss 2016 Carson Wentz. I miss 2017 Carson Wentz. The rest of it, it's like a toxic ex, you know? You miss the good bits, you don't miss the arguments. I feel like that's where I'm at on that scenario. Matt Patricia and Bill Belichick on the field, get Matt far away. How is he still allowed on the field? I don't care who he's with now. Get him away. No need, is there? The guy is a deviant. I don't understand it, how he continues to just get jobs in the NFL. But the only job we're getting tonight is a dub. That sounded dodgy, but I promise it wasn't. I'm excited. I think I've been looking forward to it all weekend. It's been a perfect weekend from an Eagles perspective. The Cowboys imploded against the Saints. And I will say that game on Sunday might be one of the games of the season. If the Saints continue to fire at that level of just production and touchdowns on every drive, what it feels like, they're just scorching the earth with everyone. The Eagles are going to need to show up, and that offense is going to need to show up, and we're going to need to see Jalen Hurts at his best. So I think that game is going to be... I'm amazed that's not on prime time. Why is this on prime time? I guess I didn't know the Saints would ball out the way they did, but alas, I think that will be a cinematic matchup. But the Saints class, the Cowboys got mudded. The Giants and the Commanders put on an absolute clinic of how not to play football. That was a tremendously grueling game for no reason whatsoever. The NFC East is in the trenches. The Eagles have a chance to escape it, take a sole lead, a 2-0 undefeated lead here with a win over the Falcons this evening. So we'll see. But I think the vibes are good. I think we've analysed the game enough. We had a morning show today with AB who broke down the matchup. The absence of AJ Brown. Believe it or not, AB is not AJ Brown. So don't get confused. Don't get confused. But yeah, I think that really we're probably going to see more of Dotson. We're going to see more receptions for Dallas Goedert as a result of AJ Brown's absence. But it's 1 week. You know, there are so many players being banged. Like, look at the Niners, for crying out loud. Like, you look at the amount of players the Niners are bleeding. Like, Debo's just gone down. McCaffrey's down. They've been struggling for a while, like, across the board. They've only just got, obviously, Trent Williams settled back in after that contract dispute. Brandon Ayuk's in the same boat. The Eagles are in a much healthier spot. They can afford to go 1 week without AJ Brown. If it was next week against the Saints, I might be a little bit more terrified. But for now, I can handle it. I think they can handle the Falcons pretty comfortably without, a few of these people. Yeah, Diglow's right. George Kittle picked up a knock as well. The Rams have been desperate. Yeah, the Rams are, I think, one or two people away from bringing in me to play cornerback, which isn't good. So, yeah, there's a lot of bad injuries running around the league right now. The Eagles are all right. You know, they can afford to get by. Still no Isaiah Rodgers for the Eagles, which means we do see some enhanced play from Avonte Maddox again working around. We'll see Quinion Mitchell get his, first, not real test, but a trickier test now. But it's good. I think this is going to be a good game. I'm intrigued to see how the defense works. Obviously, stopping Bijan Robinson has got to be the name of the game. Ron says Eagles win 27-20. I think it might be higher scoring. I think my prediction would be somewhere around like 34-31. I like the Falcons defense. I think that has been massively overlooked. That they played really well against the Steelers, held them to nothing but field goals. And everyone can say, oh, well, it was Justin Fields and blah, blah, blah. But Justin Fields isn't George Pickens, and he's not Pat Fryermuth, and he's not Najee Harris, and they all had pretty good games. So I think that something has to be said for that Atlanta defense. And we'll see how it goes. But so far, first home opener, first home game for the Eagles of 2024. It is a packed Lincoln Financial Field. The Falcons are going to be kicking the ball to the Eagles, so they'll get possession first. And just like that, away we go. Football on a Monday night, a cold and rainy Monday night in England. I don't know what it's like over there. It just looks dark, which is about right. Number one up is here. Go Bijan. I needed to numb the 49ers injury pain. Nice to see you, Timur. Yeah, I couldn't imagine the turmoil that you must be in right now with the Niners because it's not been pretty. But we're away just like that. So I mean, my stream will be a bit behind. I normally am. It's perfectly legal though. My stream, it will be said. I'm using DAZN, and the first weird kickoff of the day is underway. A bit of a stumble on the return, but it's returned nonetheless. And the Eagles are. Did that come out? No. Look, I've got PTSD there. I got a bit scared. Yeah, I think equating anything to the Rams seems to be the player team. I think we just said it earlier that, the Eagles are without AJ, but we're not the Rams. We've got more than 3 players that are healthy at the minute. Let's have a look then. Is it on Channel 5? I didn't know it was on Channel 5. Oh, for crying out loud. I bought NFL Game Pass, which, by the way, costs £170 a year because I thought that was the only way to watch Red Zone. Turns out I was already paying for it and I could watch it on Sky. But the first snap is about to get underway. Smitty in motion across the backfield. Let's get rocking. I think Dotson's the other receiver to start. 2 receivers set. Hurts looks a bit steadier in the pocket, and he finds, is that Calcaterra over the middle there for a first gain. First down. I like that. I could do with seeing more out of Grant Calcaterra. I mean, I didn't have it on my bingo card, but nice just little work back to the ball. Well-placed throw there from Jalen Hurts. He looked, it's only one throw. I don't want to be over dramatic here because it was one play, but he did look a bit more comfortable. Yeah, as Wynn says, straight over the middle of the field, no hesitation. Are we going to get a Saquon carry on this down? Yes, we do. No, we don't. It's an option. And that one's caught. That's Britton Covey, I believe, on that one. And we're moving. Kellen Moore is as a flag. Oh, as a flag. That didn't take long. 2 plays for anyone that had the over-under on flags. That's looking good. Excuse me for the drinking. I promise it's not alcohol. I just need caffeine because I'm 29. It's coming down. Oh, dear. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down. That is not good. A penalty on Cam Jurgens. Not what you want to see with Jason Kelce in the house. Okay. Yeah, he just reached up to the second level, didn't he? I think miscommunications could be... It could take a while. Covey's in motion across the backfield this time. We still don't have our first Saquon carry. Hurts, I will say, on that rush, he only rushed for a couple of yards. Did look a bit slower. I know there's been comments about Hurts' athleticism and mobility over the past, 8-9 months or so. Didn't exactly look like he did in the first couple of years. But, again... If he's a better quarterback, I'd rather a better pocket quarterback than a more consistent rushing passer, if that makes sense. Hurts out of the backfield. That's to Covey is getting a load of attention early here. Third down. I would laugh at Cam Jurgens, but at this point, I'd take any of your offensive line apart from the left tackling guard. Yeah, true. They've got it good. Philadelphia do continuously turn out strong offensive fronts. Long live Stoutland University. All right, 3rd and 9. And yeah, as Josh said, there's still no Saquon attention just yet. Where does this one end up? Hurts takes the snap. What is that? What is that? Why is he... Yeah, okay. So Hurts it's a QB keeper and he just tries to run it. For why, I have no idea. That is a bizarre call. Whether he just decided to do it himself and he thought he saw something, I don't know. But he just doesn't look particularly menacing outside the pocket with the ball in his hands at this point. Really weirdly, one of my writers has just messaged me that as well in our Eagles chat, saying Hurts looks slow this year. Yeah, I'm going to reply to that a sec. Bear with me. Very odd. I'm not sure if that's just me. But yeah, Hurts just doesn't look like... Whether he's being protective and he's not full gunning it or not, I don't know. But he just didn't exactly look very dangerous with the ball. So now onto the field comes Kirk Cousins and a star-studded Falcons offense, I think. If not now, then it will be in a few years. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson. You've got 3 names there for the future who in 2 to 3 years could well be, premier players in this league. But that is not the way that anyone drew up that opening drive, I don't think. Yeah, it was very Brian Johnson-like. The one thing I don't get is what Win is saying here is that you've got Saquon Barkley back there, and the only 2 rushing attempts that you've had have done nothing essentially. So they've just been with Hurts. Saquon's not touched the ball yet, which is bizarre considering how effective he can be. It was a very conservative opening drive. 2 seconds. We've got to sort something for work. Yeah, maybe I'm overreacting, but in those 2 runs, it feels as if Hurts' dynamic speed's completely gone. Yeah, that's what I've just been saying then. It's bizarre. Like, I don't know what's changed or whether he's just jogging and taking it light so he can take preventive measures to slide and get out of trouble and that sort of thing, or whether it's something bigger and deeper and he's just lost a bit of speed or a bit of confidence. I don't know. But yeah, the whole QB draw play on 3rd and 9, really weird. So the guy I made that bet with, the same game parlay, he was in a college football national championship last night. We're in a dynasty together. It's the year 2033 now. It was 3rd and 6, and he ran it against Ohio State and got lost like -2 in like a big situation. And I was just like, what are you doing? And then I watched the Eagles do like 3rd and 8, whatever that was, on a QB draw. And I'm sat there going, oh, well, I can't tell who's insane. Is it everyone else or is it me? I don't know anymore because it's dumbfounding. It's Atlanta. It's the opening drive. You want to, surely the whole point, of this era that we're in with Eagles football, especially in what is still relatively a West Coast scheme, is to end every drive with points, right? Whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, it doesn't really matter. But you want to end every drive with a kick, sorry, I guess should be the ethos. But to do that it just felt very evasive for a first drive. I don't know why you would want to go out of your way to run on that, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's true. Again, it could just be one to set the tempo. We've not seen Barkley yet, so if it establishes the threat of Jalen Hurts, he's had 2 rushes at this point. Maybe now those option plays become a bit harder to read, but straight away, meanwhile, Bijan Robinson up the middle for like 8 yards. So that's what probably should have happened the first time around for Philadelphia. Team, or I will be quiet because I can see Kenny Pickett going to the Niners. Brock Purdy's getting injured next week. I don't make the rules. All right. Kenny Pickett's on the way. 2nd and 3, Atlanta motion London. They give the ball to Bijan again, who gets the first down, double spin, and some change as well. So, I mean, that's already a contrast, isn't it? I mean, first 2 plays for Atlanta have been out of the pistol. Bijan Robinson, incredibly talented runner. The way he can cut through those gaps is stunning to watch. And it was Josh Sweat that brought him down. And now we see another look here for the Falcons, another first down. They're still only at their own 20-yard line. Cousins drops back and gets tipped. No dice, no Nakobe Dean pick there, but I thought he might have. But I think it was Jordan Davis that got in on the play. So look, I will take that. Jordan Davis is maybe starting to shed some of that criticism from a year before. How good was the pressure? Let's have a look. I think he did get his hand on it. Just a big, big, meaty hand on that. Get that paw up, son. Love it. And I think Nakobe jumped too early. If he'd have been the other way, he might have just had that. But 2nd and 10. And Cousins slings one, and that's caught in front of the sticks. So nothing to worry about there. It does bring up a 3rd down. Drake London with his first of the day. Was it? He sure wasn't Jordan Davis? Was it Carter? Was it? I thought it was Jordan Davis. My apologies. Don't know who the guy is behind Vic Fangio, but he looks menacing in that frame. Absolutely menacing. Yeah, so still no sign of the baby yet. Cooper DeJean. I'm sure will be babied in over the next few weeks. Good evening, Duck. How are you? 3rd and 4. Falcons drop back. A dodgy rush by Bryce Huff. That was terrible. The Eagles break it up. I think it was Nakobe Dean on the stop, which is great. But yeah, Bryce Huff just got absolutely floored on that, which is not doing his ascent any good. Started very wide right at a tackle and just stumbles. Didn't even get touched, just stumbled on his rush. And luckily, Nakobe Dean was there to block it out. So both first drive ends in punts. Britton Covey's on the punt return. And the Eagles have the ball back from, as Covey dances around, their own 35. So good start defensively. Very good start defensively. I like what I've seen there from Nakobe Dean. I think that's 2 plays he was involved in there. Like almost had an interception if he jumped a bit later. Almost had another one towards the end. Bryce Huff's still a little bit worried. But yeah, very, very good start defensively. Very good start. I just got to do a little tweet because I have a job to do as well, I'm afraid. Sorry. I should have I wish I was sponsored. I have a little commercial running there instead of you guys watching me type a tweet. But alas, we're not that luxurious here yet. But I just say we need to iron out the woes, the early. QB draw was a wild call, and Hurts doesn't look threatening on the run. There we go. That's an early summary of that. Cool. Right, back into action. See, this is what I need. I need assistance. I need to hire an army to have someone tweet my thoughts telepathically from my brain. Run defense is concerning as well. I will say that run defense, you're coming up against Bijan, which is never easy. Like the guy is just a freak. I think in the politest, nicest way, absolute just freak of nature. I've got a strip now. I'm getting very hot in this hoodie. There is an Eagles jersey on underneath. I'm just trying to not show my boobs if I can avoid it. But Sam Bradford's back. That's right. The Sam Bradford jersey returns. I need to get a Zach Bourne one. I need to get one. I didn't get one this week, and I was gonna, but I did win a bet on Sunday, so maybe I'll use the winnings and treat myself to a nice Bourne 53. But we'll see. We'll see how we go. By the way, stable start. No points conceded. Only gave up 1 first down. Once Bijan was nullified, Kirk was unable to challenge anything to the perimeters, which is good news. Like, look, you can defend the pass and you can afford to bleed the run a little bit. Likewise, if you do the inverse. So it's not bad. The Eagles have just tweeted the term "fly, eagle, fly." So just the one eagle. It's because they're launching the eagle in the stadium. Michael Vick jersey. I'll pretend this is Michael Vick just for you. And we can all agree that it's Michael Vick, and he's definitely nothing to do with Sam Bradford. And I would not wear a Sam Bradford. I wouldn't do it. I don't even like him. I'd never rated him. I would never buy a Sam Bradford jersey. So, AJ said he might miss a couple of weeks. Yeah, that's gonna sting if he's out against the Saints. I don't even know where it happened. It just phantomly pulled up on the injury report. But the Eagles are back. Bit of motion. Saquon's got the ball and he's running. Look at that. First down. Look, who would have thought? Hey, who would have imagined that a Saquon Barkley first down would just be imminent as soon as he gets the ball in his hands. Great blocking by Mekhi Becton. I think it has to be credited to. It's not a first down. It's 2nd and 1, but it might as well be. Hurts with the ball. Swings it out wide. Is that Jahan Dotson I see? It is Jahan Dotson I see. We've got our first target. All right. We're off now. The betting on Jahan Dotson trend starts now. We're cooking. Let's get it rolling. Run it up. You're right, yeah. It's almost like Saquon, as a running back is better with the ball in his hands than a quarterback. But what do we know? What do we know? All right, a 1st and 10 for the Eagles from their own 50. That's a very quick march down the field. They picked up 20 yards in no time. Motioning. There's a lot of motioning for Devontae Smith. Barkley again. Oh, he's sensational. He's so good. 9 yards off the jump. It's so. All right, I've changed my mind. I'm going to get 2. Barkley and Bourne, they're both coming in. No, it's just marvelous, man. I could watch him all day. Just, Becton again is having the blocking game of his life. He's just absolutely twatted someone there. I've got a tweet about Big Mecky. And the only reason I'm not being mean to him really is because he's big and he scares me, so I can't ever criticize him. I'm joking, but he is having a stellar game. Hurts drops back. He's pressured out the pocket. He gets it to Goddard. Calcaterra? It does feel like Dallas Goddard is being used as prominently here. That's something to keep an eye on maybe over longer term. Like, I know it's, again, only been a couple of receptions, but maybe they've found a little bit of something here in Grant Calcaterra. Goddard's being used as the inline blocker more. Calcaterra across the line of scrimmage. Both blockers on that play for Saquon, who again pushes the chains on 1st and 10. And just watch Becton there. Oh, we might have to bring back Eagles film room because the man is moving. He's parting the Red Sea. He's parting the Red Sea for fun. The guy is just on an absolute warpath right now. Saquon is on another level in this offense. This is, I cannot emphasize enough how dreamy it is watching Saquon Barkley in an Eagles jersey. Gonna add twatted into my vocab now. It's a great word. Saquon again on a carry and again a first down. It's unreal. It's unreal. It's a human cheat code. I'm genuinely stunned. Like, it just doesn't stop. It's just carry after carry. First down after first down. He's been given wide open space. His quads are the size of houses, and he continues to churn up grass. Yeah, Josh is right. There's no wasted movement. Sean's acknowledged there. He's nearly averaging 10 yards per carry. By that metric, 2 more, and he's in the end zone. It's an orbit there for Devontae Smith. Saquon at the middle. Oh, it's Gainwell that time. Even getting his name on the board with 5 there. You can't write it. You cannot write it. I could watch Saquon Barkley just run around all day and it would bring me immense joy. Like, you know, you have ASMR YouTube channels for like the girly pops and the guys that, you know, struggle to sleep at night. Just watch Saquon Barkley go, just that. And I will pass right out into dreamland. That's the real ASMR. ASMR should stand for like assisted Saquon motion retention. True story. Jahan Dotson in motion. Give me that Dotson touchdown. Oh, I've got a Goddard touchdown, which ain't happening because Calcaterra's being the man on a mission. Gainwell running again. It's now 3rd and 4. Yeah, 3rd and 4. Saquon's back in, so that's an automatic first down. Never in doubt there. Can't stop him. Johnny Wilson on the field as well for the Eagles. So he too had a bit of a knock earlier in the week in practice. Did not get sidelined though. I think Liam could run through these holes. I reckon I could. Yeah. I'd hide behind Necky Becton and just follow him wherever he goes. He's like the Aragon to my Frodo. I'll follow him. You go where you want. Hurts drops back. He's looking deep. He's got plenty of time. Hands are in the air. He's got pressure now. Rolls outside. He doesn't look quick at all. Launches back in the end zone to Johnny Wilson. And it's almost picked off. And, it wasn't his finest moment there on 3rd down. So it'll be a field goal for the Eagles. I think the issue with that comment, Sean, is I don't think he can run. I don't want to be over the top. Yeah, Barkley just got floored. But who did he have open? He's got Wilson at the back, so I respect the vision. But he also had a corner in front of him. So I don't get... Are they going for it on 4th and 4? Oh, God. Going for it on 4th and 4. Why? Kick the field goal. Kick the field goal. Yeah, timeout. What a waste. Why bother? Why? They're not going to jump. That's silly. That is silly. Oh, it's a waste of a timeout, that. Absolute waste of a timeout, that. But we move. It's fine. Tanner McKee in a Rogue Eagles cap there, I see on my screen. Are they still going for it? Oh, they're still going for it. Analytics say to go for it on 4th and 4. Well, they're anal. Analytics, as Duck says. I don't know. Not that early. I mean, not if the first drive was that bad. But either way, we'll see. I mean, it's a dumb. I respect putting confidence in your players. It's 4th and 4. We'll have a look. They're trying to maybe bait Atlanta into a mistake. They're not biting. They don't want the bait. Hurts on the drop back. He's move, run for it, run. Oh, throw it. Oh yeah. Oh God, that was awful. Yeah, not great. really not great. That was a very odd, considering they wasted a timeout. By the way, that was a very poor decision. Sorry, having to tweet updates as well, so I'm not ignoring you. Don't you worry. I'll come back to your comments in a minute. Yeah, I feel like if you're averaging 10 yards a carry, you go for it on 4th and 4, and you don't use Saquon in any aspect, be it as a pass or a rusher, then like the only time what hurts his stats? So does this site show me alongside them? They do. Box score. Right, here we go. Bizarrely, Hurts is 4 of 6 for 29 yards. And this is why stats and analytics are dumb, because he has not looked good in those first 2 drives. Meanwhile, Saquon has got 39 yards on 4 carries, and he's just having a hell of a time. I've also got to quickly give me 2 secs. I'm trying to bring in reinforcement to the stream. I think we might be getting some PSNers to cause some chaos with me, which will be invited, because I will. If this carries on, I will drive myself insane. This is a roller coaster. But yeah, I agree with that. They should have run Saquon now in that 3rd and 4. That was just an odd call. I get the confidence. I understand wanting to, back your players and show them that you believe in them. But then at the same time, you've got a running back that's averaging 10 yards a carry. Even Gainwell was averaging 5. The analytics would say that running the ball is more effective there, would they not? If we're playing the analytics game, Sirianni, surely look at all of them. I mean, I will say to that it's nice that he's spreading the ball around. Like, the whole criticism, or one of the criticisms in week 1, was that it was only really Smitty and AJ that caught the ball outside of him and Saquon. So I like it. The fact that who's had a target? I think Covey's had 1, Dotson's had 6 yards, and Cole Katara's had 2 receptions. So spreading the ball around, it's going to take some of the attention off of Smitty, which, given that there's no AJ, he's going to face a fair amount of blocking coverage, I would assume. But at the same time, yeah, it's when you're struggling that much, it's not great. The Falcons are back on our screen. Bijan doing Bijan things. I just got to put this in here. Hold on. Anyone wants to hop in? Cool. All right. That's in. Sorted. Back to the game. 2nd and 8 for the Falcons. How's Kirk doing 3-1 drive? He is 1 of 3 for 6 yards. So yeah, all right. Bijan might be causing some problems. Does it matter when Kirk can't throw a ball? I've jinxed that now, haven't I? Bijan on the ball again. Oh, it's an easy first down. Blew past to it. I think that might have been Gardner Johnson that he just absolutely turned into a hot bowl of custard there. Oh, it was Mitchell. It was Quinion Mitchell. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's just been caught napping. He was a target. Yeah. Got it was targeted, but he didn't get the reception. Well, Bijan is... You're just watching a battle of two really outstanding running backs at the minute. And two, if we're honest, subpar quarterbacks play. It's just a very strange dynamic. Bijan again gets a few yards on that one. Yeah. Vic Fangio up top. I don't think we ever see Eagles coordinators up in a box away from the team and the sideline, but you get a better view of the field. I also wish more coaches did it, really. I don't really know why they're on the field. Just have them up there where you can see everyone. They've all got headsets on anyway. It's not like he's a million miles away. They've not got attachment issues. Just have him up there. 2nd and 7. Reed Blankenship coming down to play the run, and it's a good stop. Josh Sweat again. And Zach Bourne, first sighting of the day for our new favourite linebacker. Zach Bourne on a stop there. I don't think it was a Bijan stop, but it might have been a maybe it was a Bijan stop. My stats haven't updated yet. Ray McLeod in the game. Obviously, he came into Philadelphia wearing a Randall Cunningham jersey today. Let's see how cunning he is on this 3rd and 4. Let's have a look. London in motion. Cousins drops back. Throws to... Oh, Quinion! Did he get it? Did he attack? Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, I thought Mitchell had that pick. That was a dangerous play. I love what I've seen there from Kenyon Mitchell. Great play from the rookie. Breaks on that ball like a bat out of hell. Snatches it, and it was only London's long arms that really prevented an interception there. But Kenyon Mitchell almost snagged the ball away and gave the Eagles dreamy field position. They'll have to settle for a punt. But my God, that man is a future CB1. He's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sorry. Bear with me. That was gorgeous. I haven't seen quarterback bad this play since I watched Giants v Commander. It's been a long time then, Timor. Been a long time. There's been a lot of subpar QB play this season. I don't think there's been any quarterback outside of Sam Darnold, Derek Carr, who's stood out as a quarterback. Mahomes to a point last week. Burrow's been wobbly. Lamar hasn't been brilliant. Josh Allen has been Josh Allen. Jalen Hurts is struggling. Brock Purdy is nothing without McCaffrey, as we learned yesterday. Sorry, Timor. There just hasn't been... Jared Goff struggled. Baker Mayfield's looked good. Anyone else? There really hasn't been. He did throw over 300 in a loss. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to wind up Timor. Kara's looked brilliant. Yeah, Kara's looked really, really good. Like, the two best quarterbacks through the opening 2 weeks have been Derek Carr and Sam Darnold, I think. Sam Darnold wasn't great. He just had the luxury of having Justin Jefferson outrun 2 safeties. Yeah, but he still had to make the throw from the back of his own end zone. It still traveled like 40, 50 yards through the air. But I love seeing Baker cook. Hello, K1. How are you? There is something really satisfying about Baker being discarded by the Browns and then catch on in Tampa Bay and just warming up over the last, and just gradually easing in, like showing signs of he could be the guy to succeed Tom Brady there. He could be the one. And to actually come through and be that guy is great. So, yeah, I'm all in on Baker Mayfield while the Browns descend into chaos and Deshaun Watson can't find a footing. I love it. Brock Purdy's dealing with receivers that are getting separation on a par with the Carolina Panthers. Who have they got a receiver at the minute? I mean, obviously they can't use Pearsall. Debo's gone. Are you struggling? I don't even know who they've got. Jennings or Johnson, whichever one. Kyler Murray. Yeah, good point. Kyler Murray's been all right. Still find it funny watching him just sprint around like a little cartoon character. It never looks real to me, but he has been dealing. Gotta be said. Yeah, I thought it was Juwan Jennings, yeah. I always get him confused with Juwan Johnson, who I'm pretty sure is on the Saints, and he's a tight end. I don't know why, but, you know, both JJ, both called Juwan, you know, it's a Liam issue. But the Eagles are back on the field. Top 5 QBs, Brock, Stafford, Minshew, Goff, Lamar. Yeah, I'd say Stafford's fair enough. I mean, Goff, I think, struggled a bit yesterday. Lamar struggled a bit yesterday. I'd put Carr up there. I think Derek Carr has been excellent so far. But again, Minshew's another one. Yeah, Minshew's been brilliant. I would switch out Minshew for Mayfield and Goff for Carr, probably. And then, Lamar for Carr. Opening play didn't go anywhere. Bottled up there, which we haven't really seen this game so far as the first quarter approaches its end. Didn't have this down as a scoreless opening facade, but no more orbit motion with Dotson this drive. I wanted to bring it back. Look, I've got a Jahan Dotson 30 receiving yard prop. I need it. All right, I've got a Saquon anytime touchdown. I need it. I need a Dallas Goedert anytime touchdown. I need the Eagles to cook now and just go crazy. Cal is in motion. Feel like every player's had some degree of it. Hurts drops back, slings one out. There's Smitty, his first reception of the day. Sean's calls have been answered. He does get lit up a little bit by, I believe that was AJ Terrell. But third down, Smitty again just working on it. It's so easy for him. Good tackle by Terrell, but better catch. 3rd and 4. Don't mess it up. Don't do that. Don't mess it up. No. All right, here we go. Dotson's outside. Smitty's there. Johnny Wilson's there. Saquon's motioning. It's man coverage. Hurts drops back. Pressure's in his face. He's got to get out. He's spinning around. A little bit better from a mobility perspective. And he tosses the ball into the dirt. And it's another 3 and out. Was it a pick? No, 4th and 4. But it was almost a pick. Hurts has not been on it. I kind of want to watch what happened here with the pressure. It's the first time. Oh, okay. So the stunt took Becton off his spot. That caused all the pressure, and Hurts had to scramble to get the ball away, and that almost got picked off. Very lucky it didn't. It was a good throw, in fairness, considering the situation, but the offense just looks a little bit misfiery. I did say that the Atlanta defense is something worth watching, but at the same time, you know, lads, let's get it together a bit here. All right, first quarter about to come to a close. 0-0. Nil point 0. There is a Rams owner in the league with me and Liam in it who has Tua, Pacheco, Cup, and Higgins. Who's this? Can I just say in that league, Timor, I'm 2-0. Everyone laughed at my team. I told them all on a stream. We've been there. You all laughed at my team. And do you know what the best thing was, guys? Can we just say this? I know this is an Eagles stream as the Falcons prepare to round out the quarter. But my fantasy team, all right, I had Jordan Love at quarterback. I had Deshaun Watson at quarterback. Neither were playable through 2 weeks, obviously. So I had to dig in the trenches. And I figured the Commanders are a mess. Daniel Jones is going to do the job. And do you know what? 18 points. I got 129 as Drake London catches a ball over the middle at around the halfway line. I'm 2-0. I'm 2-0. Daniel Jones, Jahmyr Gibbs, Harris, Justin Jefferson, Nico Collins, Okonkwo, Jamal Williams, Saints defense, Evan McPherson. It's been a day. It's been a day. We're flying. 2-0. 2-0. 2-0. 2-0. Unstoppable. You face a team that scored 52 points. Right, but who scored the most points of any team in the league, Timor, this week? Go check your spreadsheet and you let me know. Because I think his name starts with L and ends in Jenkins, mate. I don't think anyone got close to what I scored this week. Oh, Chris got 114. Oh, 109 for that one. 110. 129. I could have faced anyone. I'd have knocked the shit out of you. So, bang. Have that. The monster's kicking in. I apologise, Timor. I did not mean that modest aggression. I love you, really. But I am taking it home. I've never won a fantasy league, which is embarrassing in itself because I cover the sport for a living. Changes this year. You don't say that. Now I feel bad. Now I feel terrible. Now I'm worried. I was fine, and now you've got me overthinking it. When Bijan scores 3 touchdowns, it'll be me again. No. That won't happen. Not on the board at the end of the first. A lot of smack talk from our humble narrator this evening. Look, I told you, I've drunk the energy drink late because I shot my load too early last week and I was crashed out by half time. I've got biscuits. I've got energy drink. I've got a little den that it looks like a crack den here of just snacks and energy drinks and vapes. And it's not pretty. But you got to do what you got to do to get through a game day. You know, we suck again, boss man. We do. No, we don't. We don't suck. We're just having a little bit of a wobble. All right, having a little bit of a wobbly period. But sucking is too early. It's too early to suck. Let's just all agree that they're not on all cylinders. Yeah, they're not at their best. I don't even think it's we. As a collective term, the team's all right. Receivers aren't getting open. The offensive line's blocking well. Saquon's going well. And Jalen Hurts is being mid. Defense is playing great. Outside of that Drake London catch, where Reed got absolutely burnt. It just showed. Ray McLeod got open, and Reed bit down on the motion underneath. And that allowed McLeod to come through, and that was almost a big play. Luckily, it wasn't. They found London instead. He was in just as much space. Yeah, do you know what would be really sad? If the Saquon Giants thing happened here, but in a bigger, more explosive way. I really hope it doesn't. I don't want it to. But yeah, the offense should absolutely be running like a Porsche 911, and instead it's running like a poor 911, and I don't like it. But a big stop there. Second down. Sosa Hurts Balin to his right. I wonder if maybe that's also playing a role. Like if that's so pre-programmed in for people to block and to prepare for that, you know, it happens. It's just like it's easy to come down on him and generate that pressure. Oh wow, great blocking by the Falcons, and it's a pass over the middle to is it Eligier? I want to keep saying Eligier. Maybe he's in the game. My stats have disappeared. Apparently, there's no stats in the game at the minute, so that's gone. Well, it was Eligier, right? Allegier. 3rd and 4 in the red zone. We don't run it. Yeah, I think we've all been equally annoyed at that. I mean, 3rd and 4 when you've been averaging 10 yards per carry with Saquon is worrying. Kirk play actions to Eligier. Oh God. Oh dear. Well, they're down to the 20, and that's not good. Algier. Is it Algier? That's not Algier. Oh, God, these names ruin me. Right, let me get the back of his jersey. Where is it? Aligier? I'll call him Aligier. Like Aligier Honda. Aligier. Right, Bijan's back in the game, which is somehow even worse. And there he is, straight away. Oh, he's dropped it! He's dropped it! Ball's gone. If the Eagles got it, I don't know. Zach Bourne's on it. Of course he is. Get it out. Punch him. Kick him in the head. Don't do that. No, he didn't. Bijan still has the ball. Oh, God's sake. I thought Zach Bourne did magic. Oh, Bijan just dropped it. Just completely dropped it. And Zach went to punch it and missed it by about that much. Wasn't much in that at all. Damn. 2nd and 11 for me. Bijan goes nowhere, so it'll be 3rd and about 9. Bourne should have got that. Yeah, I think he just mistimed it. Like, he missed the ball by about an inch. I don't know about primetime Kurt, but I know Cousins has this weird tendency of also putting up big numbers against the Eagles, which is never good. So, watch for that, I guess. Defense should have had 2 turnovers. Yeah. Run defense is suspect. Pass defense, I think, is a lot less so. Neither team's converted a third. There's a woman Eagles fan yawning there. It's 1 a.m. for me, hun. It's 2 a.m. for me. 1:55. I'm here, jacked up to the tits on Monster. Come on now. They spike it. Oh, what's happened there? Was that a penalty? A bit of hustle and bustle going on with Jalen Carter involved. And that might be coming back. What's QB pressure? Never heard of it. Pressure? What pressure? Pressures for tires. And there's Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Joe Buck is looking a lot older recently. I feel like he looks about 40 throughout the last 10 years. And then all of a sudden this season, he's about 65. Great voice. Shame he actually indeed. Al Michaels pissed me off. I don't know what game he called this weekend. I can't remember. But there was an opening touchdown. And it might have been Sunday night or Thursday. It might have been Thursday night. No, it was Thursday night football. And there was an opening touchdown. He was like, and he's in for the touchdown. Get some enthusiasm, lad. Come on. Lock in. Fake it till you make it, sunshine, you know? We all have to. We all have to. Surely you can guess he's doing the steps. Jalen Carter needs to be under control. Don't be Derek Barnett. Oh, God, I forgot about that. All right, 3rd and 9. And Cousins drops back. Bryce Huff actually gets pressure. The ball comes out. Did Kirk keep it? Yeah, he's rushed and it's 4th down, so it will be a field goal attempt. I was like 85 years old. Well, he shouldn't be calling games then. Give it to someone else. Give it to... Who's that guy in college? Gus Johnson. Give it to Gus Johnson. Yeah, Bryce Huff looked much... You got to push off the edge as well. You got to chip and still generate pressure. Cousins went to run away and Jalen Carter comes in on the... I won't say tackle for a loss, but it's like a tackle for even. As Younghoe Koo goes to put this Younghoe through the uprights on 4th and 8. And he does, and he was 3-0 down. And that's gone well. Right, so lock in. Jalen, can you please make something happen? I beg of you. We need something here. I absolutely need an offensive masterclass drive. Yeah, this is, you know, they've had enough fiddling around and piddling about, dossing around. They've got to do something here because it's not looking good. I think it's bad that Kirk on a dodgy Achilles ran only slightly worse than Jalen. Okay, let's not. Come on now. Yes, that's right, but come on. This game's been shut by blue. K1's back. K1 is firing on all cylinders. Guys, if you are watching on Twitter and you want to drop your comments in, make sure you do. Just type them away in the comments section on X. If you go to YouTube and search Philly Sports Network, you can whack it up on a laptop or a TV or whatever. Why you want this on your TV, I don't know. But you can have it there and type to it. You know, you can interact with everyone in the chat, have some fun, and it's a good laugh. So if you can come over to YouTube and say hello, Philly Sports Network. If you're watching on YouTube, you can leave a like. That would be sensational, especially on a night like tonight where we're on here for another 3 hours. That would, you know, look, I'm in for the long haul. I'm flying solo. Call me. Who did that song about riding solo? Is it Tiny Temper? Riding like a star, you can't stop much. I'm that one. That's me tonight. So I need you all to keep me energized, keep me going, because I could fall off a cliff at any given moment here. Yeah, I'm trying my best. So, yeah, all the support tonight on the game. The watch-alongs mean that a little bit much more because I need little energy boosts. You know, it's like I'm playing Mario Kart. I need a mushroom, not a magic one. Chicago hasn't really hit on those picks yet. What up, Shabby Attic? How are you doing? Welcome to the show. Run defenses look poor, says Ron. Timor, you're a Niners. Yeah, see, Timor is like the enemy, you know, in opposing trenches here. Just scouting the opposition for the potential championship game. Which is funny because here there's a sponsored segment on the show called Designing Success by Mercedes, which is great because the Eagles have done absolutely none of it so far outside of giving Saquon Barkley the ball and letting him run. The passing attack for Philadelphia has been completely invisible. Just start off with a deep shot. We've got the opposite problem now, it seems. Like we've got the total opposite issue to what we had last year. Where now, last year it was like there's no motion, everything's deep, and it's very compartmentalized. It's just 2D. It's marginal. And now they've gone, all right, well, let's overcomplicate it. A ton of motion, and everyone runs 3 yards. That's not also fixing anything. The happy medium is somewhere in the middle. The only teams that haven't scored in the first quarter are the Panthers and the Eagles. The way our offense is playing, we might as well be taking the wild card berth. K1, come on. No homophobic slurs in the chat, sunshine. I know it's after dark, but let's be nice. Come on now. The kickoffs are awful. They are awful, but let's use the term awful. Come on. It's big 2024 now. Let's be lovely. Yeah? Happy medium's always in the middle. Exactly. That's why it's called a happy medium. I've just realised. See? Happy medium is in the middle. God, it's late. I need sleep. We're on the level of Carolina. Yeah, sorry, not now. Look, first down, bomb, Jahan Dotson. So much for this Jahan Dotson deep threat. He's done absolutely sweet FA. Saquon's running to the back of Lane Johnson, and it's been fallen on by Landon Dickerson, who's taken a dodgy landing, and that doesn't look overly promising. Only I can be homophobic here for the people that know I am not in the know. I am gay. True. Not true that you can be homophobic, but, true that... Huh? The Bradford jersey needs to be replaced. No, it doesn't. It's fine. We're undefeated when I wear the Bradford jersey this season. I'm going to keep it going. So look, 2nd and 6. You've bought up the jersey, right? 2nd and 6. First down, Jahan Dotson. Calling it now. 2nd and 6. Hurts. Drops back. Here we go. Steps into the pocket. Better. Over the middle. Smitty. But it's a first down. See? That's what the Sam Bradford jersey brings to the table. That's what... No, Liam, I literally can. That's the inside point. Fair enough. Only one in you. Look, I was in your court. I feel like that, Melly. Why are you so fun me for? All right. 1st and 10. Smitty now has 23 yards on 2 receptions. I don't know what that was. That is the weirdest looking... But what is he doing? Oh, he's jogging around and he's... Oh, dear. Why did the offense just stop on that play? Everyone ran and then just like stopped and turned around and looked at Hurts. Very confusing. Oh, is that why? Do I have a co-host? You are my co-hosts. I don't know. I've put the link in our PSN Slack channels. I'm yet to know. I don't think... I think Zach's out. Zach's at Xfinity Live working. No, Zach's at Xfinity. He's taking some social... I'll tell you what. He put a social media clip earlier today on the PSN Instagram of Fletcher Cox as... That's a tackle for a loss on Barkley. Brilliant. And it has received a total of 12,000 views. So Zach is out there cooking right now. He had another reel, got 3,000. We've got Kylie live tweeting. Brian's on the post-game recap. So it's just me. I'm here for the love of the game tonight. I'm here for the love of the game. But we'll see. I might need someone to pull me out the trenches in case I slip down. But for now, we're all right. 3rd and 11. These haven't been good so far. Can we get a reception this time, boss man? Jalen, don't run it challenge. That's better. Quick out. Dallas Goddard. Okay. I mean, it wasn't great. Are they going to go for that? Are they going to go for that? 4th and 3. Not again. Weirdly enough, I'd rather go for this one than the last one. This one kind of makes sense. ESPN agrees, apparently. I mean, this is fine because the worst case scenario, you just give it back to them and it's like a bad punt return. So I'd rather just do this. Jalen Hurts drops back. Scrambling around. There he goes. Okay, he's turned on the heaters. First down and more. Down to the 30, down to the 20. Right, okay. He does have it in him. He does have it in him. Jalen Hurts can run. Maybe he's just being a bit conservative. It feels like he's maybe just not trying to gas himself because there were the turbo boosters. And there's a flag. Oh, God, there's a flag. What's the flag? Don't pull that back. Don't pull that back. Look at a replay here. Hurts finally turns on the gas pedal here. Rolls to his right, thinks better of it. Goes up the middle. And I think that can work to his favor where he's so projected to run to the right that he can fling it back inside. But it was a delay of game. So that does get undone. It will still be first down, but I think they get... Did they not get a 5-yard penalty? Or is it replay it from the... I don't know what the call is in that instance. Because they've called it a bit late. Very odd. But either way, they're rolling. Yeah, well done, Jalen. That was good. That's the best I've seen from Jalen Hurts in some time. To be honest. Yeah, I don't know what that call was. It kind of zapped momentum out of the drive. Sirianni's not happy, as per. But we move, we ball, we're back. First and 15. Kajime says, go Falcons. Oh, no, there's always one. Welcome to the stream. You're more than happy to hang out with us. I'm afraid it will be full of Eagles bias, but we always welcome in opposing fans, and you're very polite by the sounds of it. So I respect the passion for the Falcons. I don't respect that. That was a terrible play call, and Saquon Second down and long. Yeah, that was a negative play. Kyle Katera on motion. And he just leaked pressure through, and they just swarmed to him like moths to a flame. Well, now it's second and 20, by the way. Come on then. Right. Screen pass. I'm feeling second and Freddie Mitchell. Come on. I think we should change all the yardages to former or current Eagles players. Like second and 7 would be second and Sam Bradford. Jalen Hurts on second and Brian Dawkins. Brings it up on a run. And that will now be third and 17? Third and Nelson Aguilar? We'll find out in a minute. Hurtsy space again. Third and John Hyde. If it's third and John Hightower, I'm all in. I did try to play safe there, but I will happily take a Hightower over an Aguilar. Third and 11. It's third and Carson Wentz. So it's third and Carson. This is a much better way to call the game. This is genius from us. Third and 11. Go on. Touchdown call. House call. Jalen Hurts drops back. Rolling to his right again. Runs around the outside. And he's not going to get the first down, is he? Oh my God, he does. There's the toughness. Gainwell helps bring him down. And that's some way to go. That's a great run. And the Eagles fans are happy. And he's buzzing with that. And I don't blame him. Third and AJ Brown. Yeah, I don't know why I went Carson Wentz. This is revealing a lot here about my Eagles therapy needs. But big boy rush there from Jalen. First and goal. You'd like to maybe think a Saquon touchdown here, but it's Gainwell in the game. Hurts with a keeper. Looks for Goddard, and he doesn't go. And I've got a Dallas Goddard anytime touchdown. Why is he not thrown now? Flag on the play. First and 10 Swift. Should have been a PI. What? Did they get it? There was a flag. I think we've been joined by Zach, but I'm not sure. She hasn't got his camera on, so I don't want to throw him to the wolves if he's not ready yet. So we've got Zach in the injury tent, potentially waiting to come on. I'm not sure. He might even be at Xfinity.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. How are you doing?
I'm good. I don't know why you can't see me. I'm on my phone, and I gave it mic access.
No, I can see you now. I can see you driving around. Are you coming back from Xfinity?
Yeah, so busy day. Was tailgating in Lot M with Lacus. Went to Xfinity, talked to Fletcher for a minute, and actually just checked out a buddy of mine plays in the band Fox Teeth. Just checked out his show real quick. So now I'm on my way back home for a little more work and a little bit of birds.
Love it. I'll tell you what, those Instagram reels absolutely slapped. I promoted them on the stream a minute ago. They're just tremendous. No, he's gone. He disappeared. Oh.
There I am.
There we go. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, so as I was saying, Xfinity Live was super cool. They collabed on the Instagram post as well. So it worked out really well. It was just a cool event. The Bud Light people were cool. Fletch was cool. Everybody was cool. It's a good time.
Tell you what else is cool. A Devontae Smith touchdown. The Eagles have scored their first of the day.
Nice.
Up 6-3. There we go. So that's what your presence does. You show up and the Eagles get rolling. Devontae Smith with his first score of the afternoon, and the Eagles are on the board. Lovely scenes.
There's nothing better than when you have an Eagle on your fantasy team and he scores a touchdown. Like that is put that in the Super Bowl. Well, I guess fantasy would be played during the Super Bowl. But put that in a high leverage game, and there's nothing better than that feeling.
Yeah, no, very, very solid there. Smitty's been... You'd assume you get a lot of traffic today anyway without AJ, but I'm not sure how much of the game you've seen, but it's been a bit sloppy up to this point.
I haven't seen a second, and I thought, I'm going to listen to Merrill on the way home. And then I thought, you know what? No, I'm going to listen to the even better voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's Liam Jenkins.
You are getting comments to just drive and don't worry about the stream because they want you home safe and sound. So please, if it is difficult, make sure you're not
Oh, fine, baby. I'm good all day.
All right. As long as you're sure.
Dude, I'm 100% good. So don't worry about me.
All right.
How's everyone out there? How are we feeling about this Birds game? Obviously touchdown by Devontae Smith. Huge deal, not just for the Birds, but for Devontae as well with AJ down. I mean, I'm flying pretty high right now. I got to be honest with you guys.
Yeah, it's been wobbly up to this point. It looked like for the first 2 drives, Jalen couldn't run at all. Like, it looked very slow. There was a lot of bad passes and decisions. And then this drive kind of picked up a bit. But Saquon's looked great. He's been running people down, which has been fun to watch. And they're spreading the ball around. So the offense, the only thing that's bothered me is 2 weeks in a row they've started slow. I think if they do that against the Saints, they're probably going to get punished a bit more. They were down in the red zone on 3rd and 6, and they decided to run it with Jalen Hurts on a keeper, and that went well. Sorry, no, 4th and 6. Sorry, it was a 4th and 6. I beg your pardon. So they decided to go for that instead of the field goal. So yeah, it should be a much bigger lead. It's sort of the same story as it was against Green Bay, where they're in good positions, they're just not capitalizing. Quinyon Mitchell almost had a pick, which was good. He's been pretty, outside of almost having his ankles broken by Bijan Robinson. He's looked pretty solid out there. Yeah, it's been all right, I would say.
Well, the one good thing, and there's not a good thing, mind you, when the team starts slow, and we saw that a lot last year. But if you're pulling out a good thing, it's that when the team starts slow, and well, this game could have been a lot more out of hand for Philly's sake than it is. Then they start turning things around. Then that they could have this game in pocket still. So, that's just the hope for the rest of this game. It seems like they're acting a little more like themselves or who they were supposed to be. So now it's just a matter of keeping it that way. And yeah, maybe we'll see them pull this game out. But I went in super confident. I took them, I think, -9.5 or -5.5, I should say. Wanted to go higher. I held at 5.5. And they're going to have to really change some things if they're going to make that happen now.
Yeah, it's been a little bit wobbly, I think, offensive. I mean, it's annoying because they've got all the pieces there. I was saying earlier, it just feels like they've done such a contrast to last year, where it felt they've gone from very, everything deep, one-dimensional to highly complicated motion everywhere and everything's short. But there's definitely a happy middle ground. It's just trying to find it. So we'll see. But Falcons are back on the ball now. I'm still not a fan of the new kickoffs. I don't think anyone else is, judging by the chat at the minute. There's a flag on it, which is even better. Oh, it's not great. I don't get it. I don't understand the new kickoffs. But Kirky's back out. Let's have a look. What was that for? That was on the receiving team. Okay, we'll take it. Look, I will take a free flag where I can get a free flag. And a shout out to Christopher Michael for liking the stream on Facebook. I can't see anyone that's done it on YouTube, but he is the one person to have liked it on the Book of Face right now. So Chris Michael, the man with 2 first names, has become our first like. So thank you very much, Chris. Only 2 Falcons have caught passes so far. Drake London and Algier. Yeah. You haven't told me that was wrong. Meanwhile, is that another one? That looked like Corderell. No, it's not. It's Ray McLeod wearing Patterson's old number. So it's 2nd down. Can't be mad at it. Just keep him contained. Ray McLeod, 49 is legend. Eagles lover, though. Got to be said. I can live with pass defense being superior and run being sus, but not both being horrible. Pick a struggle. Yeah, exactly. I think that the pass defense is better than the run defense for sure. But I'm going to say that as they give something up now, aren't they? Drake London motions in. Darius Slay picks him up. Kirk screens it. Oh, one of them to Bijan, and I'm laughing. But no, give it to Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts has been disappointing, man. He was meant to be the next big thing. And just has been the most average thing. Then kickoffs worse than Dorial Green Beckham in 2016. It's not good. Dorial Green Beckham gives me the fear. Colossal waste of space. 3rd and 6. As the Eagles fans ramp up. Zach Bourne's sack, feeling it. These kickoffs are worse than Liam's facial hair. Look, I've actually got facial hair now. Look at that, look. Zach's even got copied me. Or I've copied Zach. We're doing it again.
I've just given up on life, man. It's fine.
Yeah. I was quite proud of mine, and yours is just I've given up on life, and now I don't feel as good anymore. So that's
No, I'm just hanging out and seeing, how long until the wife raises a problem with it, or, whatever. But been fine. She's been fine. Work meetings, no one said anything, and it's just it's the vibes. I'm comfortable in the new gig. Got my feet wet a little bit, and here we are.
So what was tonight work, or was it like a bit of both?
Oh, it was work, dude. This is my work.
Oh,
yeah, no,
nice.
I went tailgating and I went to Xfinity Live for work.
I wasn't sure if it was just a straight up like do it while you're there, so like chill out and maybe get a couple things. But if that was work anyway, that's tremendous.
I mean, back in the old days, it would have been like, oh, okay, well, I'm done at the bank. Now I'm going to go to Xfinity Live and, go to Lot M and all that. And I probably would have done it. But, today it was like, all right, well, I'm not clocking in until like 11. And, I'll take the day from there. And it's not bad. It's not a bad day.
I'd say so, yeah, it's definitely been worse ones. That was a hell of a day.
Oh, for sure. So great time had by all, good time at Xfinity Live. Almost met up with AB, devastated. We couldn't find each other. I ended up having to go because I went to that show, like I said. And then Brian was supposed to come down, and then he dipped at the last minute. So,
damn.
One more reason that we don't care for Brian on this stream.
Yeah, he'll be facing a 1 week suspension for that display. That's unfortunate.
It's going to come up on tomorrow's Flipping the Bird, so stay tuned for that.
Martian said starting work at 11. What are you, a banker? Which is weirdly specific. But no, big Metro boy now. He's
Oh yeah, all Metro, no more banker.
Kirk Cousins, meanwhile, 1st and 10. Oh yeah, it's drilled there. Oh, we did a pump fake and Brandon Graham on a sack. So on a night where Eagles legends are being honoured and Fletcher's out there hanging out with Zach and the fans and Nick Foles retires, BG gets himself on. There is a flag though, which is bizarre. Liam calling. I'm trying my best, Martian. My stream's behind as well, which doesn't help. I think I'm like further behind than you, to be honest. Oh, okay, yeah, very odd flag, but okay. Bryce Huff's still a worse investment than Reddick. Bryce Huff will take time. It's also not been his best day at the office so far, but I'm also not shocked.
Yeah, how do I sound now?
Oh, what are you holding now?
I remember that I had my mic, because again, I was working today, contrary to how it sounds when I tell the story. So I figure this probably sounds a little bit better for the folks at home.
Yeah, a little bit of ASMR. Oh, incompletion there. Avonte Maddox on a play. On a big first. There we go. I haven't seen that in a while.
So has he been man in the slot for most of the day?
You what, sorry?
Has he been man in the slot for most of the day? Have we seen any Cooper DeJean out there?
No keeper yet. It's all been Maddox to this point, but it's not been bad.
Rodgers on the outside either.
Yeah, I think Rodgers is still down, isn't he?
I thought he was back. I thought he said he was back.
I Quinion's still out there, so I mean.
Oh yeah, but he's also the second coming of Darrelle Revis, so
true.
That he
very
true. Won that spot,
Kirk over the middle. Oh, great, that's gone well. Zach Bourne on the tackle, but it's a first down, and Atlanta's moving. I don't like this game all of a sudden.
How are we feeling about Zach Bourne overall today? How are we feeling about him in week 2?
I feel sensational. Not as sensational as week 1, but he's been solid. He almost had a forced fumble. He almost had a fumble on Bijan earlier, like a recovery, but he got hold of it. Ray McLeod, meanwhile, oh my God, Ray's just caught a first down reception and punched Chauncey Gardner-Johnson in the face for no reason.
Wow.
And I don't know who's been flagged, if that was the Eagles or the Falcons. Like, did Chauncey antagonize it or not? I think they might offset, but...
if there's 2 called, usually the retaliation is what gets called.
Yeah.
Who was it so did someone snatch CJ's chain one time and he got into a bit of a brawl in St. Louis?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Ray got penalised for it though, so the Rams get killed on that, which is it sucks for them because that was a huge catch over the middle. Timo said, to be fair to McLeod, I would also want to punch Gardner Johnson if I had the chance. Which, look, you know, he's just a big shithouse, isn't he? CJ. I get it, but look, if that's how we get penalties and you stop the Falcons by having a bit of a menace there to rile everyone up, I won't be mad at it. I hate it when he's not on my team, but until then, yeah, Dot makes a point. Gardner Johnson took the punch and didn't even react. He just sort of stood there, got twatted, and walked off, which is fair enough. I don't know what was said before that. Maybe we hear something after the game, but yeah.
I mean, listen, I hate to say it, you know, as annoying as it is when we think about, you know, how he interacts with, say, the fan base like last week. This is part of the pro, you know, the benefit, I should say, of CJ not being a traditional pro, in that he's going to talk, he's going to be annoyance, he's going to be a nuisance. And, you know, it comes up working for the Birds in this case.
Yeah, exactly. And it did look like he was a bit more mature there. Like, he, as someone, though, he didn't do anything. It was just McLeod being, what's the word? Confrontational, I guess. Like, it didn't really look as though he was up to much.
I had a very different word in mind, but yeah, confrontational. That works.
Yeah, Chauncey. I think he just kind of embraced who he is now, which is he knows he can rile people up, and if he can use it, then you know, fair game.
Well, that's a skill. That's a skill to be able to focus that kind of negative energy, you know.
Yeah. We've got the spam comments starting, which is annoying. Bear with me. Hold on. Get that blocked. Put user in timeout. Oh, I always put Josh in timeout. Sorry. If anyone gets put in timeout by accident, DM me on Twitter. I'm just trying to filter out the spam. I'm just a bit of
wrong people in timeout. You're just blind with power.
Just blaming it on spam and one by one, just slowly getting everyone gone.
I was regaling the tale of how I joined PSN earlier today, and it was a warm and fuzzy moment for everyone involved, Liam.
Oh, love that. We love wholesome tales. What's the down and distance, boss man? It is 1st and 10. It's been a 2-minute warning, Martian, you sassy little devil. They've just made the snap now. Cousins drops back. Bijan Robinson, I've got his over on receiving yards, and there's 5 of them. So there you go. All right, back to socializing, please. Gosh, good golly. But yeah, it is wild. Like, I was even like the other day, I had one with Alec, where obviously like we're looking at Philly's postseason credentials and realised he's been with us for like I want to say like 7 years now. What? Sorry?
Alex?
Yeah, I think it's like 6-7 years. So to go from where he's been to getting Philly's playoff credentials is very sweet as well. So I love it all that wholesome stuff, man. It's hell of a journey. But Martian, they are down now in the red zone. Okay. All right. I've got to be ESPN box score for Martian as well. Like I'm doing a watch along and then also being a live statistician for Martian.
The TV, man. I'm sick of this. I'll be honest with you. I'll be right up front. Talking about also how, you know, me being just as bad as Brian too. You think I forgot? I didn't forget. I remember that. Go.
1st and 10 at the 19. The Eagles have struggled to. Oh God, Jalen Carter's just fell through the offensive line, and Zach Bourne makes a stop, as he does. That's what he's here for. But 42 seconds to go in the second. We suck again, boss man. No, we don't. They're giving up a field goal here. Nothing less. Don't you worry about it. Or nothing more, I meant. Meanwhile, okay. Yeah, they might be inside the 10. I might have overestimated. There's 26 seconds to go. They've got 2 timeouts. Everything's fine. Don't sweat it. All right? Run defense. But yeah, the run defense isn't great, but I always thought it might be better in a 3-4, and it's not, which is a bit concerning. It's been
part of the problem is the loss of personnel without proper replacements.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Where's my stream? My stream's bugging now. Let me refresh it. We were down at the half last week. True. But the Falcons should be a lot worse than the Packers. So I don't know how much, what's the word? Reassurance that gives me.
How's Kirky Cousins looking? How's he moving?
Okay. I mean, he's 7 for 11 for 76 yards, but most of his targets are to, like, no one. Like, it's just running backs and Drake London.
So yeah,
screen there.
Right?
Flag. Oh, 2 flags on that one. Hello. That's good. God. Brandon Graham, I think, got called. What was that for? Was that? Oh, face mask. Oh, BG. That's 2 almost now. I think he had one earlier in the drive as well. But I think he got away with it on Kirk Cousins. But that was egregious, I suppose. Oh, dear, BG. You're better than that. He's almost twisted Bijan's head off, man. Oh, come on. You've been in the game 87 years. Man just tried to turn Bijan into an owl. Yeah, I mean, there's a face mask, and then there's, like, breaking someone's neck. And that was much closer to the latter. He seems all right, though, which is good. From a health perspective, at least. First and goal. Bijan up the middle to no avail. The Eagles stuff him. Down at the 4. Thomas Booker's getting game time as well, which is, I would say, is good to see. I like that. I like seeing the rotation come in. Falcons get the ball at the start of the half too, which is not ideal.
What's the current score?
They're up 6-3, or 7-3 even.
Wait, who's there?
Oh, the Eagles. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But also, it could be going worse though. The Falcons are in second and goal, and they've just been a bit. Well, the Eagles have really burst their own bubble on this drive. They've been very sloppy defensively. 17 seconds left. No timeouts for Atlanta. Bijan's outside. Working over the middle. Oh, yeah. Good defense. Zach Bourne again. That's what we do. What we do. Third and goal. I wonder if they go for it on 4th and goal. Was that Josh Sweat? Josh Sweat has had a good game, I think, from a pass rushing perspective. Run defense has long been suspect, but off the edge, he's been pretty good. Bourne is Liam's man crush. Oh, 100%. I love that little bald head of his. I just want to glisten it.
He's one of your man crushes.
Yeah, one of. He's in the Power 5. You know, we have to do a conference realignment every few months, but he's up there. He's in the SEC. You know, he's not going down to the Sun Belt anytime soon. Unless he has a stinker, in which case he might well. But for now, he's up there.
I mean, you think about it, though, like, not that it's necessarily a 1-for-1 matchup, but he's looked pretty good, and he's faced Josh Jacobs and Bijan Robinson. I mean, that's not the easiest test to start.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, I don't think he was ever going to be a devout run defender. Like, I thought he'd be a bit more efficient in coverage, but his tackling so secure that it just probably lends itself pretty nicely. Kirk lobs third down out into the stands. So a fan gets the ball. 4th and goal. The Eagles come up big. LJ, you generally love stinkers. No, I don't. John Hightower was lovely. And this isn't a Sam Bradford jersey, so don't worry about it.
And who can forget Anaya Smith?
Yeah, exactly. He's just having a holiday. He's having a vacation. He'll be back soon.
He's still with the team in some capacity. He'll be.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. It's more than anyone can say about John Hightower, you know?
Exactly. I mean, he's already one step ahead. I mean, Hightower made the practice squad as well, but yeah. But I'm saying
he's not here anymore, you know?
Yeah. They go, all right, so half time, or it will be, the Eagles go into it with a 7-6 lead. Don't forget Thorson. Thorson wasn't really a man crush. Thorson just became a cult icon because of a very caffeined up Liam one preseason stream. And it never ended. Never ended. To this day. And someone DM'd me a while back saying that they went to Northwestern and knew his sister or something, and that she knew the song or something like that, and that like people on campus know the song, which to me was about as good as fame is ever going to get. Like, I'm not here for celebrity status, but if Clayton Thorson gets wind of this song, I'm happy.
Oh, you think if his sister knows it, if the campus knows it, he has to know it.
Exactly. Word gets around. He's like an alum, whatever the word is. He gets there knocking about. Oh, Clayton. What's that? What, you've not heard the song? King Clates? Oh, let me play it to you. And out they find it, and away we go. Odds on the Eagles kick return and muffin the kickoff that results in a touchdown. If that happens, you're banned because that's match fixing and we don't tolerate it, Timor. That's not on. Not accepting it. But yeah, no, it was a good goal line stand for the Eagles. They bled all the way up. I mean, that was what bend but don't break probably should embody for most of that. Well, forever, really. We've not seen a bend but don't break actually not break. It's always just been bend and then snap off. So to have a bend but don't break.
Bend and snap. If you know, you know. All right, good folks. Well, this is where I'm going to leave you. I'm headed to the Wawa now. Get myself a nice hoagie for the second half here. Continue. Everyone, he needs it. Much for doing the stream. I'll talk to you guys all later. And flipping the birds tomorrow, 7:30 as always.
Beautiful. All right, man. Go enjoy that well-earned Wawa. I'll talk to you soon, all right? He might. Oh, is he there?
Later.
See you in a bit. What a hero. Joining us on his trip to Wawa. You can't write it. Absolute legend of the game. Just doing it for the love of the game. That's what's lost on the big players these days. They don't do it for the love of the game. Zach does. But there we go. We've got a running back stat. It's all been rushing for the most of the first half. And the Eagles are going, just look a full, go deep. Go deep. Go deep. Go deep. Give it Jahan Dotson. I'll say it again. Lock it in. Not having it. Get it sorted. When I become one of the NFL writers, you'll know because the Eagles will end the season 0-17. Not today. One play. Don't kneel it. Bang. Jahan Dotson. Bang. Touchdown. Bang. My bet looks good. Bang. That's what I'm here for. Hurts has looked good on occasion. Just a bit inconsistent is the word. I think to describe that first half, if I were to grade it, it would be a C. Not a sailor went to CCC, but a bottom of the deep blue CCC. I mean, the touchdown pass to Smitty was risky, if anything. Got away with it a bit. Beautiful ball. Oh, they're needing it. Bozos. Well, 7-6 at the half. So that counts for something, presumably. But they are winning against Atlanta, who suck. So that's fine. First half takeaways. Jalen Hurts kicked on a bit. Started the game pretty bad and started to rally up in terms of rushing production. Devontae Smith looked good. Saquon Barkley looked sensational early on and started to get bottled up as Atlanta have keyed in on him. Defensively, pass rush has been lacking. Penalties have been sloppy. But overall, it feels like when run defense is bad, pass is good. When pass is bad, run is good. They seem to offset quite frequently, which is handy because I'd rather, like we say, one up, one down than both absolutely terrible. So it's an improvement over Green Bay. There haven't been any turnovers yet, which I would say is pretty good. And yeah, I'd say it's a solid half of football. I mean, I thought this Atlanta defense would be tough. Only scoring 7 points against them certainly isn't ideal, but it could also be worse because they could have given up turnovers and they could have, those bad decisions could have been way more costly. Instead, the only real bad thing to pull away is that awful 4th and 6 decision to QB draw the ball. Besides that, I think they've played pretty well. So there's certainly reasons to be positive going into halftime. K1 said, let's go through the power 5 of your man crushes during. Are we talking serious man crushes or football man crushes? Because I don't mind listing both. Like a football crush is in like a player that I just want to, like an all-time Liam, this guy, it will be the next big thing crush. Or are we talking, yeah, he's all right. Have we got time to do both? Who's to say? Who's to say? But from a football perspective, John Hightower's up there. Smith's up there because he just is. Trying to think who else. Devontae Smith, I would say. Like I was always very high. Do you know what? Rasul Douglas, and Cravon LeBlanc. Both of those, I was pounding the table endlessly for them. Like as soon as Rasul, I made infinite film reams on Rasul Douglas and why he was a schematic misfit and that he was going to thrive and that he's just being asked to do things he's not comfortable with. It doesn't match his skill set. And you look at him now making plays and you're like, he's stuck around the NFL and got a starting job. When you look at someone else like Sidney Jones, it at least acts as a comparison that, okay, maybe he did have something then. Captain Cravon was magical. I love that era with all my being. His mum still follows me on Twitter, which is the most... I can't get an interview with him. I've tried so much, but I can't. So I would put Hightower first, Cravon second, Rasul Douglas third. Fourth would be probably... who was the other one? Who's it? Hightower, Douglas. No, it's Hightower, Cravon, Douglas, Smith. One more of a football draft crush that I knew was going to be an absolute monster. It is difficult because there are so many players that come out like every. Do you know what? All right, okay. Nah, like it kills me to say it. Chidobe Awuzie. I was all in on Chidobe Awuzie. Like I was obsessed with it. I needed the Eagles to draft him, and then you look at where he ended up. Played for like every NFC powerhouse but the Eagles. Still around the NFL. I loved his college tape, man. He was brilliant. In terms of like the NFL players that I've loved most since being a fan, Sam Bradford would be up there. Like I did have a big soft spot for Sammy Sleeves. Who else was there that I was up there that I really loved watching? Do you know what? Wild card would be Walter Thurman. I don't know what I'm doing on this stream. Walter Thurman, that 1 year where he was like a Pro Bowl level safety and then just sacks it off to go and play like Little League Baseball or whatever it was. It's just the most legendary story of all time. That guy, loved him that season. Oh, dear. Because Captain Aaron thinks you're gay for him. It's not about that. It could be. Yeah, I need to come off a bit more assertive in my intentions. Boss, I'm going to need an advance if Hurts doesn't throw 2 or more touchdowns in the second half. I've got it. Matt, what do you think of my sicko bet? Ready? Right, I've got... So me and my friend both put in $10 on this bet, and it wins 2.6k if it lands. And I don't know. So far, it's not looking good. I need the Eagles minus 5.5. Bijan over 30 receiving yards. I think he's on that 8. So is what it is. Devontae Smith over 5 receptions. That should come in. Saquon anytime touchdown. That should come in. Jahan Dotson 31 yards. I need that. Kirk Cousins and Hurts both to get 2 tuddies and a Dallas Goedert anytime tuddy. It could happen. He is a lovely man. So Alex Singleton's a lovely man as well. He was great. He's up there as one of my favourite football players ever. I think I've told the anecdote before about his family and the COVID thing with the Burger King. Just tremendous guy. Sounds to me like a lot. If it comes in, Matt, I will reimburse you your losing wager. Unless you've staked like $5,000 on it, in which case I cannot. But if this somehow comes in, I needed a Jahan Dotson masterclass, and I need the Eagles to get rolling. But it's not dead. The bet's alive. It just needs a bit of oomph behind it, you know? I don't like how I'm still drinking Monster Energy at half-time, bro. I'm going to be up till like 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to be absolutely horrible. But it's for the love of the game. What can you do? Goddard has had what, one target? But he has been targeted in the red zone like 3 times, I think. I'm pretty sure he has. Eagles stats. I can't see his receptions. He's got 1 reception, but he's been targeted like twice inside the red zone. It's coming. I only need 25 yards from Jahan Dotson now, and we're in there. That bet is a sicko bet, but it could land. We've just had some Calcaterra discourse here from Isaac and Doug. I don't think I've said hello to Isaac today, so hello, Isaac. How are you? Calcaterra he's had 2 catches for 19 yards. I don't know if they're trying to like raise him up as a genuine pass threat at this point. I don't think he's going to supersede Goddard anytime soon, but he's starting to grow into a larger offensive role. I think he was limited last year. We just saw him come in blowouts. But now we're actually seeing him, excuse me, that's a monster, contributing. Oh, hiccups, not a good time. On offense, which is all you could want to see. It's what, year 3 of this experiment now? Year 2 or year 3? Hasn't been overly remarkable. He has flash receiving upside. We saw that on his college tape. I think he can do it. He just can't block. And that's the downside, is that it's a bit of a liability in terms of pass protection. So while you may gain 6 yards on a reception, you can easily lose all of that in terms of value when he gives up a penalty here and he bleeds pressure there and he gets pancaked over there. Like, they've got to maybe bulk him up a bit or get him doing something that's blocking related, because this isn't sustainable, I don't think. Defense has been gashed, offense has been inconsistent, and defense gave up 6 points. I just think the offense is taking far more time to bed in, I would say, like looking at what we've seen over the last 2 quarters of play. Hurts has looked better than he did against Green Bay, but realistically, the same concerns are there. Just that it doesn't feel like there's a rhythm to it. It's very whimsical, I think, at the minute offensively, and they've got all these good pieces, and it's like they can't quite figure out how best to fit that puzzle. But we're going to have a second half to look at it. You never know. But yeah, I think the defense is looking all right. I am going to take a wee break. Not like I'm Scottish, like I need a wee break. Although I will leave you with a little joke I once made up when I was like 15. It was that when Scottish people need the toilet, do they say, I need a wee wee wee? They might do. On that note, I'll be right back because I need the toilet and I've got a second half of football to cover. Right, don't go anywhere, or if you are going to go somewhere, get your drinks, get your snacks, lock in. We've got a second half of Eagles versus Falcons on the way. I'll see you in a minute. Right, we're back. Hope you missed me. Liam, after that, maybe it's time to retire. It was a great joke. It was a great joke. That was a wee bit weak. So if a Scot needs to take a bit of a piss, is that a wee? That's what I'm saying. They say a wee, and sometimes you need a wee in England. You go, when you're a kid, you say, I need a wee. So I need a wee. Brilliant. Anyway, second half of football coming up. Hope you're all locked in and ready to go because this could get spicy. Hopefully. But yeah, I think K1 is definitely right. Like we've said it during the stream as well, that there is just this bizarre. It's just gone from one extreme to the other, is the only way I can word it. That last year, again, was very all short. Everything was deep. It was just deep bombs and too much time in the pocket. And Hurts couldn't have the time to get the ball down there because he was just struggling. There was no options underneath. Now you've got nothing but underneath options and very few deep shots. So you're not stretching that defense to open up the run to subsequently utilize guys like Dotson, like Smith in games like this. So yeah, you've got all this motion and trickery, but it's counting for nothing because they're not being schemed to get open downfield. So hopefully that does change in the second half. And a lot can change. I'm sure Sirianni isn't happy about a wealth of things right now. And that has to be one of them. But Hurts has looked better. Turnovers are cut down. They've only allowed 6 points to what is a pretty good offense. Like Kirk Cousins has not been as sloppy as he was in week 1. That has to be said. Cousins has protected the ball pretty well. He's got it out. He's using a lot of checkdowns. And they're moving the ball up the field. The Eagles had a very impressive goal line stand at the end of that second quarter, which has to be admired. Like that, you cannot be anything less than impressed with that. However, they should still be up by more. Like this should be 17 points on the table right now. The fact they've only got 7 for an offense that big is concerning when they've got that many playmakers. Even without AJ Brown, it doesn't really matter. Like you should be up more than you are. So as we prepare for kickoff, I'm going to quickly tweet out the link to the YouTube video once more so all the people can come in and watch me have a breakdown when the Eagles continue to do none of the things that I have previously mentioned. And we go again. Kickoff is underway. The Falcons do get the ball first, as we previously mentioned. So we're going to have a look. I've got an echo. We're going to have our first look at the Eagles defense in the second half and see if they can adapt after a interesting first half. Um, 2 seconds. Bear with me. I'm working. 2:49 a.m. Cool. Tweet out. YouTube is there. People, roll in. The boys, locked in. I want to see Jalix Hunt. I want to see Jalix Hunt right now. I want to rock right now. Cousins drops back on the first play. Give it to Bijan. Give me those receiving yards. Yes, I need 30 of them. I mean, stop him, Eagles. Stop him. Just keep him short of the first down. Just give him the 7 yards, whatever he got there. Awful throw. Give me a 3 and out, some QB pressure. Eagles DL looks like my DL in CFP 25. Oh, I've had enough of college football pass rushes. I'm sick of it. Cannot do anything. Great catch by Bijan, has to be said. Yeah, 2nd and 3. Drake London's only got 25 yards. Play action. They do give the ball to Bijan. He runs outside for a big gain. No. Well, they're already over halfway. So it's starting as they meant to go on. Yeah, see, what I should have done, Timor, was bet the scrimmage yards and not the receiving ones. But alas, beggars shall not and cannot be choosers. All right, they're over halfway. They're at their 48, I think. See what we're cooking. Bryce Huff does absolutely nothing again. Bijan up the middle, and he gets about 6 yards. Yeah, I mean, Drake London scares me a bit because he does have upside. I think he can be a really good playmaker in this league, same as Kyle Pitts. But the whole assumption was that Kyle Pitts would be utilized much better in this offense, and he just hasn't been. So that sucks for him. He's had 1 target, 1 reception, 1 yard. Brilliant. Playmaker. Game changer. Fantasy masterclass. Cousins drops back. Play action. Dump it off to Bijan. Suck up those yards, boy. I need 30 of them. Thank you. but bring him down just short so it doesn't ruin the day, you know. I had 31.5, but it's also in a big bet. So I also need him to score a touchdown, and I also need a lot more. I need the Eagles to win. I need a Dallas Goedert touchdown. I need Jahan Dotson to do things. So there's a long way to go, but, you know. There was an obvious hold they weren't calling, says Duck. I think I missed it, to be honest. 20. Oh, we're basically there. We're basically there with the receiving yards. I bet it week 1. I think they're using him much more as a receiving back. Obviously, the offensive coordinator did that quite a lot previously when you look at how they utilize guys like Pollard and all of that. So, another first down. Yeah, the defense is evaporated. This isn't a good start. So we've got a game on our hands. The Eagles are going to have to do something because this is not good. You've got one deep safety. You've got Gardner Johnson playing downhill. And Drake London does a number on him there. Cousins, they love these little play action boots. It goes to Algier. Not Aligier. Yeah, run defense is leaky. But they've been here before, the Eagles. They did this, one drive ago? They got them down to the red zone and were able to stop it. So we'll have a look. I'm not overly concerned. I just feel like it's part and parcel of this for the time being. Anyone who needs to look at the tape, I've got the app now. I'm going to do some tape digging maybe tomorrow. I want to see if it's the linebackers or the linemen. I mean, they've got a 4-man front here. And they're bringing in, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. off the edge. It's not. It's Smith. It's Nolan Smith. Don't know what on that Jeremiah Trotter. Use your head, Liam. It's nearly 3 a.m. All right, the Delulu is setting in now. Nolan Smith did nothing on that, which was also brilliant. 3rd and 4. Bijan's back in there. Darnell Mooney's in there. Oh, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, the pass defense is solid, but if the run defense is... Oh, what a play that was. Huge sack there. Milton Williams burst through on 3rd down. That was a huge sack. Like a bat out of hell. Just mauls past it. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Milton Williams there was just a monster. Wraps him up cleanly. Brings him down. They force a Falcons field goal. And all of a sudden... it's 9-7. So, there we go. Jason Kelce in his tracksuit, looking nothing short of absolutely iconic. It's giving demure cutesy, as the kiddies would say. I'm down with the kids. I hate that I'm now not a kid anymore, and I don't know these terms. It's winding me up. I can't keep up with it. But yeah, you're right, Josh. This has got to be an offensive statement drive now. They've got to march down quickly and prove they can do what Atlanta can't, which is get that ball in the end zone. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Like, unless they just kind of move them around and it's a lot of like buzz press and stuff, buzz like it's robber, where it's like cover one and one comes down and one comes up. Maybe it's that, because Reed seems to be coming down and breaking on balls quite a lot. Chauncey ends up playing closer to the line of scrimmage when they're in the red zone. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I had an answer as to why they're still playing so far off. As someone across the pond who is tired of the Kelce's as I am, I'll always love Jason, but hibernate for a bit. I'm not tired of the Kelce's. I'm tired of the fact that they're seen as, not they, I mean Travis specifically and Taylor, like they're just being shoehorned into everything they don't need to be. That winds me up. Like, what was the game the other day? Was it Sunday Night Football? It was the Bears, wasn't it? where they had DeAndre Swift and they had Taylor, I think it was Shaq Taylor, and they had the jerseys next to each other, so it said Taylor Swift, and they deliberately made 2 separate camera angles to get the shot. And that pisses me off because there's no need for it. I understand Taylor Swift is a big name. I understand she might draw a load of new fans into the NFL, but you can't just base a sport off of someone's relationship. You can't build a brand of a sport off of one player on one player in 32 teams where there's 53 players per team, one player's relationship. I have an immense amount of respect for both, for what they've done with that podcast, because they were the first players to ever elevate a podcast away from football and have it be a commercial success and get sponsorships and have it become this national thing where every outlet will be wanting to cover it. All the quotes will be going viral. It's genius, and they've handled it so well, and they're not annoying in themselves. It's the coverage of them that annoys me. The people and the men themselves, and even Taylor doesn't annoy me. It's the coverage and the fact that it feels like, well, we have to shoehorn this in. Even when I was like writing when I got commissioned to write the NFL encyclopedia, I was talking to the woman that commissioned it, and she was saying that when they spoke with the publisher, they were essentially being asked, can you write about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift? And I was like, well, no, because they might break up in 6 months. You can't put Taylor Swift in an NFL inside. What am I going to say? Here's the definition of line of scrimmage. Here's Taylor Swift's hit song, Cardigan. Like, it doesn't make sense. So I don't know if they're as big in America, like in terms of star power and stuff. But yeah, it's a bit grating when you're just trying to watch the Giants versus the Panthers, for instance, in Germany, and you know there's going to be a Taylor Swift reference for absolutely no reason. I think the F1 did it best when Saquon Barkley first down rush there, tremendous. When there was rumors of like Alonso and Taylor Swift dating for no reason, and there were loads of like commentary puns in there, it was subtle and it did the job, but it wasn't shoehorned in at every given moment. That was where it should be at. But to just try and build a sports brand off of a music star because she's in a relationship with a player it's unnecessary spotlight into both of them. I can't imagine how tough that's got to be to even have a private relationship. But you know, that we're back to football now with Saquon darts for a first down. Goodell thinks only the Chiefs exist in his mind. Yeah, true. At least it means less focus on whatever the fuck's going on with Mahomes and his family. Well, to a point, until every shot is like her and her relationship with, you know, the younger Mahomes and whatever. And it's like, oh my God, Taylor doesn't like her. And it's like, no one cares. Just let them enjoy the game. I was a shot the other day of them just dancing, wasn't there? They were dancing to a song and everyone was quote tweeting it, like slagging them off. Just let them have fun. No one cares. It's just two people in a relationship. It happens. If Travis Kelce ever cheats on Taylor Swift, it is over for literally everyone on this planet. And I don't want to be in that reality. And I don't want to be in this one because Jalen Hurts has gone down on a first down sack by, I don't know. So I think it's Judon. I don't know. Anyway, he's gone down. I think it was Becton that leaked the pressure. There's another twist. So the Eagles are being twisted and shouted here. Constant. Like, but it's not the first time that Becton has been caught off guard by that. That's 2 now that I've seen, where Atlanta are mixing in these twists and these stunts, and it's getting the better of that offensive front. So yeah, Judon's had 2, and it might have been both of them on the stunts as well, K1. 2nd and 14, Hurts drops back, throws it over the middle, and he finds Smitty, who goes backwards, takes a big hit by, that's the older brother of Christian Ellis, I think. That's Noah. Might be Christian. Not sure. They're both called Ellis. They both have 2 S's. Yeah, week 1, they got, I think, I don't want to say let off, but I think the field in week 1 might have maybe played into their favor a bit because they could just, the players are that talented enough to start moving and you know, generate momentum. I feel like they're just not being given that opportunity here as Saquon cuts and dances, gets another first down, this time on a little dump pass over the middle. The Eagles inside enemy territory up to the 38. So they are moving. But yeah, I'm just not ready for a world where there's a Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce documentary. Like, can we just avoid that, please? All right, what have we got? 1st and 10. And Hurts makes a change at the line of scrimmage there. That's fair. I'm all for backyard sports. I bought a little retro handheld thing off TikTok. I think I mentioned it before. And I keep playing backyard baseball on it. And it's the sickest thing ever. It's lying in bed at 3 a.m. playing like backyard baseball. But look, Jason Kelsey, like, is so lovable. Like, he does everything right. But yeah, it's the media attention. It's like the media have just picked two darlings and gone, yeah, we're your best friends, man. Look at Jason Kelsey. We all love him. We all love Jason. And it's like just any excuse to big him up. Whereas like someone like Nick Foles, who's equally lovable, doesn't get that kind of attention. I don't know, man. Like it's a very weird thing. Like they've just picked him as their seasonal darling, and any bit of content they can get out of him, they will. Hurts rolls to his right, slings it down the field. Smitty again. It's a first down. So Smitty is raking them in now. Yeah, by that point, Doug, I think we were watching a documentary on like virtual headsets or something. The Slim Reaper is my man crush. I think to me, Devontae Smith might be one of the best receivers in football. I say it every week, I think. Saquon cuts and dives up to about the 6 or the 7. Moving and grooving. Oh, Smitty just sinks in behind. He reads that. The one that I've said this for so long. The one thing Devontae Smith does better than most receivers in football is adjust for his quarterback. He's so aware of where the cornerback is, where his leverage is, where the soft spots are. He can adapt to a route and make it work. And Jalen has a read for him, and the chemistry they've built over time where they understand each other. So I'm all for it, man. Like, it just works. Screen outside to Covey. Gets down to gets out a 2-yard gain there. Like, Smitty can turn a dead play into a wide open catch just by moving a shift to the left or a shift to the right. And not many have the wherewithal and the trust to move off balance or to move off road, if you will. If they run a comeback and they need to sink an extra 5 yards deeper to come get that ball, or if they see the cornerback coming down and they go further instead to generate that leverage, not many do it. And I really think that he does it better than most. So here we go. Inside the red zone, 3rd and 3. Don't balls it up. They've gone outside. It's Devonta. Oh, it's broken up. What a play. I can't knock that. Jesse Bates has just made a generational cornerback play, and I'm a cornerback man, and that is about as dinner-worthy as it gets. God, that's sensual. I hate it. Smitty had the catch. Bates thumps it out of his hands. Like, you can't fault it. You cannot fault it. That was a beautifully played effort there from Jesse Bates. Just came right across it, broke it up. Eagles going for a field goal. And, oh, no. Whoa. What have we got here? Jake Elliott's motioned outside. This is confusing. What the hell are they trying here? Timeout. Good God, that was emotional. I don't know. Oh, it's a flag. Was it Atlanta? No. It's gone against the offense, I think. Yeah, delay of game. Well, I don't know what they were trying there, but I guess we'll never know. Probably for the best. I don't know what that was, to be honest with you. Couldn't tell you. Not a Scooby-Doo. Why is Mekhi Becton running into a pile there? Love that. Oh, he's flown out. Oh, no, Lane Johnson's flown out. And there's a man now at a broadcast booth. What are we watching on this animation? Jake the Snake kicks it through. 10-9. Oh, God, this is... It's hard to watch, isn't it? It is hard to watch. Well, he did it before, Timor. Yeah, I think Hurts did look much better. His ball placement was much better. Smitty had one of his drives where he just becomes Mr. Dependable. There may be no more dependable receiver in football. I need to get me a Kelly Green. Should we have a look? Right, I'm going to go on Fanatics. You can all judge my shop. I'm going to go on board while the adverts are on. I'm going to open up Fanatics and look at... Because the selection in the UK is not what it is in the US. So while we've got a break... We'll do this every break. We can look at some Eagles merch together and you can help me choose some stuff because I need to treat myself, all right? I've been working hard, I think. Kelly Green, I don't know about Kelly Green jersey. Look, I could get a Zach Ball and Kelly Green. I could. I like that. But it's £85. But I do really like that. I have just ordered a Renault F1 coat because I'm a real sicker. I'm talking like a 2008 ING Renault F1 coat. I'm not going to show you that because it's unrelated to the Eagles, but maybe I will at the end of the stream. That's cool. It looks a bit preppy, but I like it. £77 though. It's like $100 for what? No. What is that? That is the most English thing I've ever seen. That is absolutely horrible. What is that? That's disgusting. What are your reactions in the chat to that? I'm coming back. That is disgusting. Someone tell me that leopard print thing. What? That's all right. I like that. No, I've got one of them. That's all right. I'd get one of £168 for what, man? What are we talking about here? Yeah. Well, you can't be mad at that. £125. Why? £80 that? Well, what's the difference? It's £80. Oh, it's youth. Oh, brilliant. They're youth. Oh, £100. What are we doing? Oh, I'm going to DH gate me. It sucks. Dallas got it as 80. That's not bad. That's cool. We've got a game on our hands soon. I think we're almost back. So we're going to have to come merch shopping another time. That's nice. I like that shirt. I'll wear that to an Irish pub and have a Guinness. That's cool. I like that Jason Kelsey shirt. Right, merch shopping over. I think. Oh God, it's grim. It is grim. Right, we'll come back to this. We're back to the game. The crop hoodie though. You need the top edition. You look whorish in it. Oh God, chav clothes, 100%. Look, if Michelle Keegan came up wearing that leopard print Eagles hoodie, I'm a taken man. I will not speak on it. If I do, I'm in big trouble. But that will be the one exception I make to that hoodie. No one needs to know otherwise. All right, that's our secret. I'm spilling energy drink over myself like a gremlin. I don't need one of those masks. I'm not wearing a Luchador Eagles mask. Come on now. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just come up to one stream in a leopard print Eagles mask. Look, Michelle Keegan is one of the finest women England's ever produced. Okay? I can objectively say that. That's fine. Mrs. LJ is already aware of the woman crush on Michelle Keegan. She's a woman crush of many. She's allowed. She's a lovely woman. I've got to stop calling everyone lovely. Anyway, back to the game. 1st and 10. Falcons. Drake London breaks 2 tackles and gets a... Wow, that's shoddy. Well, that's deflated the mood. I was thinking of Michelle Keegan and then... That is gross. Was that Slay? Put that on your podcast, you freak. Sorry. Slay's a lovely man. I mean, Zach Baum wasn't... Oh, Zach Baum actually made the stop because no one else could, but that was atrocious. 2nd and 1. Oh, dear. Hand off to BJ. Oh, no, it's Algier. It goes nowhere. Better run defense. Shame it's for a 1st down. Doesn't matter. That's fine. I'm now out of energy drink. We're in this. I think I've timed it well. I should have just enough in me to get to the end of the game. Hopefully. Who had the over 142 minutes into game 2 for Liam to get fed up of Darius Slay? Mate, that happened a week before the season started. Gone. I want him off the team still. Good cornerback sometimes. Just a bit of a nightmare. But the thing is, everything pressure. Kirk Cousins throws it away and it goes nowhere. Great pressure there by Jalen Carter. Can't be mad at that. Pressure pushing down on me. Look at that. I'm going to do a great Ronan Keating impression, by the way, for anyone that ever wants to hear that during an Eagles watch-along. Brilliant pressure by Jalen Carter. I mean, I don't blame him, Duck. He's just ran about 15 miles an hour trying to chase down Kirk Cousins. But it's 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. They're at their own 45. Kirky drops back. Oh, Bijan. Oh, that ain't coming in, is it? For flip's sake. If they complete his third and long, I'll complain on the internet. Oh, well, I'm not going to be in a good place if they do. Here we go then. 3rd and 12. What have we got? Kirk drops back. Pressure from Josh Sweat, who's been good today. Dumped over the middle. No. Eagles hold firm. Maddox on the stop. Still don't know what Bryce Huff has done to this point. But look, 3rd down stop is good there. Josh Sweat with a real good rush. And a missed tackle. Who missed that tackle? Went flying off him. Oh, they're going for it on 4th and 4. Oh, God. Come on, then. Kirk drops back. Lobs it. Oh, for crying out loud, man. Reed has missed a tackle. And it's on Zach Bourne to bring him down again. Falcons are alive. And, well, I'm not sure if the Eagles just look ill-prepared there or what. But, again, it's a good route. It's got to be said, it's a great little route. Zach Bourne makes the stop. That's 3 missed tackles in about 2 plays by Eagles players. Reed just gets bit completely. And it's Ray McLeod who makes the reception. Now Cousins drops back. He started dealing. Oh, it's a big play. And, oh my God, the tackling has gone through the mud. Mooney has scored. The Falcons are in. And the tackling has absolutely dissipated. I don't understand what's happened here. That is absolutely shocking. Did the defense just cover itself in Vaseline at halftime? Like, that's about 4 missed tackles in as many plays. Gardner Johnson gets thrown off of Mooney like a paper bag. And that's it. So in the space of 4 plays, Slay's missed 1, Reed's missed 2, Gardner Johnson's missed 1, and now the Falcons have scored a touchdown. They're about to go for 2. Momentum is completely changed. Cousins deals it, and luckily they break that up. And it's Kenyon Mitchell who does it, and the arrogance, the aura, and the confidence gets in, but he might get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty if he carries that on. So behave himself. But yeah, this has been sloppy at best. We still suck, boss man. A Martian just comes in for a little bit of therapy every now and again, but I think we're all going to need it if this carries on, because that was generationally bad tackling. There's just no excuse there. No excuse there. I really couldn't tell you what happened in the space of 4 plays. But everyone just went. I'd like to think that when Sydney Brown comes back, which is 2 weeks' time, hopefully, that might change. Reed has not been good. Gardner Johnson, both safeties on that drive were woeful. The corners weren't much better. Kenyon Mitchell's 2-point breakup might have just saved any kind of grace for that team. But yeah, that just was not optimal, was it? Really, that was really bad. Really bad. Well, now it's on the offense to go and do something. Are we going to actually work our way into a shootout? That's the question. Are we going to end up with a time spot or unpacks? Well, it can't be any worse. It can't get much worse. But that was not pretty under any circumstance. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. Just really bad. It was just a string. I don't think I've ever seen a string of tackling that poor for a long time. Like, you see the occasional play. You know, you can have a game of bad tackling where you miss like 3 or 4 big tackles in a game. But to have a drive where like every play on the drive as a player flying over his back or slipping off like he's covered in oil is, I would say, unheard of for a pro-level defense, let alone a championship caliber one. That isn't good. 2023. All of that Bourne jersey. Well, yeah, he was the only one that made tackles. Everyone else would miss him, and Zach Bourne goes in and saves the day to some extent, or limits the damage, suplexing players and choke slamming them. The heartbeat of that defense, because everyone else around him's falling down. Niners game. I meant on the Eagles, to be fair. But yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'm worried. You mentioned the Cowboys game. I'm worried for what the Saints are going to do, because the Eagles cannot do that. Championship contender in the Cancun Bowl. Yeah, if the Falcons are causing that sort of quibble, I dread to think what Olave, what Alvin Kamara, what Jawan Johnson, I don't say it's Taysom Hill, but he's not really a threat anymore. I don't know what else I've got. Just any Saints receiver that is catching passes at the minute seems to be taking them to the house. So, the Eagles versus them in 2023. Oh, okay, I'm with you. My apologies. That was just poor. Across the board, poor. Clint Kubiak's definitely sending away to send CJ into early retirement. Well, it might do him some good. Well, 1st and 10. Let's see what the offense can conjure up. They're going to need something here. Jalen Hurts drops back, fakes the option, rolls to his left. That's technically his left, I think. Or is that his right? He's gone the other way now, so I suppose it is. Either way, 2nd down. Cam Jurgens is drenched in sweat. I am drenched in sweat too from watching this game. It has not been good. A minute to go in the 3rd, and it's been 25 points. And the Eagles have scored 10. Like, if I was to tell you before this game, at the end of the 3rd quarter, there's been 25 points, you would assume I meant the Eagles, that the Eagles have scored 25 points. But no. 2nd and 8. And that's a screen to Covey. They're trying to get in the ball in space, and he does break one loose. And there's a flag down. I think that might be holding. Jalen can't believe it. Sirianni can't believe it. My money's on Jurgens without even seeing it. Who was it? I've not got any audio. It was Jurgens again. Yeah, that's too sloppy. It's too sloppy. That's 2 in a game. How does he not understand what is being asked? I don't get it. It's 2 weeks now. And he's had the exact same issue 2 plays in a row. Or not 2, but two plays in one game. Of this accidentally thinking it's a run play and not a pass play. If Jalen's calling the protections, Jurgens should just be following commands, not doing what he wants. Hurts drops back, throws underneath to Devontae Smith. And, underneath being the term, it's now 3rd down and no deep shots. Landon Dickerson does not look happy. Man just wants to go on a little adventure, let him cook. I wish he'd go on an adventure. Go into the locker room. Go find Jason Kelsey and switch jerseys with him. Just don't tell anyone. It's really bad. End of the 3rd quarter, and Cam Jurgens is really struggling. Gonna have to make a tweet, I'm afraid. Bear with me. Iron these. Can't even spell anymore. Oh, God. Can't multitask. I need more energy drink. We're out. Fire Andy, bench Jurgens. Let's take the RPLs out. The vibes were through the roof. You had people grilling alligators before the lots open. Nick Foles' retirement game. What a letdown. Yeah. I think more alligators were grilled than the Eagles have scored touchdowns today, which is a worrying stat in itself. Bench Hightower. RPO's a bad O-lineman receivers if they don't know it's run or pass. I don't understand it. I can't work out because it's Jurgens on both plays. that has made this error. And I, for the life of me, still don't understand what he thinks he's doing. Like how he's the only one. Because it's not like it's being miscalled. It's not like it's being miscalled, right? Like, because all the other linemen are fine. So Jalen's calling a protection, and all the rest of the offensive line are following it. But Jurgens just goes, yeah, and runs over there anyway. Relax. 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 Someone quoted me, so I don't know if I blame illegal man downfield fully on him. Who else is it going to be on? Who would... I don't understand that. Who would... Costly errors. I don't know. I mean, I get it to a point, but we're on panic watch. No, we're not. 3rd and 4. We're fine. We're fine. 3rd and 4. Hurts drops back, trying to look deep. No one there. Smitty's trying to audible. Now there's pressure. Judon's storming him down. Hurts over the middle. Finds Covey. And it's Britton Covey that turns it into a 1st down. Covey has been really good. Really, really good. Like, I'm amazed at that, to be honest. I'm not amazed, but I'm impressed at how good he's been. Now they hand it off again. It was a little dump pass off to Covey. Which, again, good. Covey at 2 receptions in a row. But there's also been a confusing lack of Saquon Barkley, I would say, on this drive. Which is, in its own right, confounding. Yeah, I agree with that as well, K1. And I have no vested interest in Jahan Dotson, let me tell you. I have not bet on him. Britton Covey, a bit of bias from Busman. He's been really solid, but they're using him right. They're using him on screens and dumps and motioning him around. It's how he should be used. The rest, I don't know. Hurts drops back, and they find Saquon there. So I call his name, they bring him up, say his name, and he appears. But it's still 3rd down and long, and we're into the final frame, 15-10 down. Timor asked what the current situation is on the likes to score ratio. The Eagles have scored 10 points. We are on, as I try and load this up. Let me check. 14 likes. So we are beating the Eagles. But if they score now, we're in trouble. So we can boost this up to like 15, 16. That would be lovely. So if you are watching this and you haven't given it a like, that would be lovely. But we've got a 3rd and 6. Is a big one. They're at the halfway line. They're down 5. They've got time. But even I'm getting a bit antsy now. No, we're not in field goal range. I mean, we're at 50, so they'd be kicking it from miles back. They need at least one more 1st down. Needs to be this one. 3rd and 6. Hurts drops back. Outside. They find Smitty. I think he's tackled short of the sticks. I don't know. He caught the ball beyond it, and I think the tackle pushed him back behind it. I've always been confused as to how the refs actually worked that out. Is it where the contact was first initiated? Yeah, I think he was short. Because Smitty was walking back towards the ball. So 4th and 1. Are they going to go for the beloved brotherly shove, the tush push? Jalen signals for it, I think. They're lined up for it. The Falcons are ready for it. It's all just a case of who's the fastest off the snap. They motion Goddard in behind Hurts to give him a little bit of backroom support. They shove him through, and the brotherly shove is back. The push-tush, the tush-push does still work. Tush that push that tush. Bit of a shove there over the pile. And Hurts with the will of the Eagles behind him to get him comfortably over that to a 1st down. Now they might just sneak into field goal range, but they're going to need a bit more than that, I think. I do like the camera cut to Jeff Stoutland, though. Quality thrust to the tush. It has to be said. Has to be said. All right, 1st and 10. They hand it off to Saquon. He tries to bounce one outside, and he gets about 4 before being lobbed all the way back. Again, I think it should be where the ball carrier comes down. It's just a blanket rule because, you know, it makes the game a lot fairer. But Saquon does get a couple as a result. Stoutland was so excited. I know. Bless him. Saquon has had 24 yards since that second drive on the ground. 39 in that second. So 2nd and 6. Eagles pushing into Falcons territory here. Hurts drops back. Slings one to Covey, who gets hit again. Short of the sticks here. Can we throw a ball beyond the sticks? Josh has just said I like these short chunk plays. I do. But I'm hungry. I want a full meal. I don't want appetizers. Give me a deep shot. Give me something to work with here. I need it, you know? Third and 2. 3rd and New Jersey. It's 3rd and Darius, unfortunately, which it can only bring bad vibes. Will this be any different? Hurts keeps it. 1st down. Through the middle he goes. Trucks a defender on the way down. They're now almost into the red zone. And that's looking a bit better. The Eagles are starting to generate some momentum. It's just coming in unconventional ways. They're running the ball. I guess trying to keep the Falcons off the field, which is nice, but they're already the most high-powered offense in the world, and they need to score quickly. They'll only go up 2 with a touchdown here. They hand it off to Saquon again, who has all the space in the world and gets 9 on that carry. So that's a big move there. Cam does move down on the reach block. 2nd and 1. They give it to Barkley again. Then they keep it with Hurts, who does get the 1st down, but he's taking a bit of contact now. Fuck, Fangio's defense needs to strap up. Whoa, heads up. Let's just breathe a minute. Come on. They got to get off the bus. I don't know. I mean, his jersey's out there, whether he's wearing it or no, and it's not Jason Kelsey. I don't know. Cam Jurgens looks gassed in the huddle. I mean, they all do, to be honest. It's been non-stop running. Can we give them a pass protection set? Because they look knackered. Let's have a look what they cook up. Smitty in motion again. He's been doing so much running behind that backfield. They hand it off to Saquon, who gets almost down towards the goal line, and there's a flag. I don't know what the... No idea what that's for. Could be a hold. That's what Josh says. Is my money on Cam Jurgens again? 89? Fuck's 89? Oh, Johnny Wilson. Brilliant. Oh, Johnny. Yeah. I mean, yeah and no. Like it's a hold, but just don't grab his jersey, lad. Just move your hands underneath. You know? Come on. So now it's 1st and 16 from the 20. Come on. Hurts keeps it himself. There's a lot of rush in here. Hurts down. Oh, he's going. Oh, keep going. Inside the 5. Back inside the 5. Gets all that yardage back. And now the Eagles are starting to work. Yeah, Hurts kept it himself. We're seeing a few more of these keepers. I think the confidence is building. Follows his block well. Jurgens and Saquon team up. Hurts bounces one outside. And gets down in towards, I think, the 9-yard line now. Oh, sorry, no, 6-yard line. 2nd and 4. And I think, is that a timeout? Or is it just a change of call? This drive's taken up 8 minutes of clock. Here in the 4th. Hurts. Barkley. Spins. Down. 3rd and 3. So the Eagles are drawing up ever nearer to that end zone masterpiece. They've struggled to find it today. They've only got one. They should have had two before Jesse Bates punched one out of Smitty's hands. They're now 3rd and 3. They know if they get a 4th and 1, the brotherly shove is an option. But on what has been a monster drive, Jalen Hurts lines up. He's got Saquon behind him. It looks like a run set. They fake the handoff. They throw it to Barkley, who's in. And the Eagles do score. It's 15-14. It will be 15 all by the time they convert. Oh, sorry. No, 16-15. The Eagles take the lead. It'll be a 2-point lead when they convert that extra point. So a receiving touchdown to Saquon, who gets his 4th touchdown as a Philadelphia Eagle. 4th in 2 games. Beautifully worked. I think they might be pulling it back. Is he down or not? Oh, the knee was down. I think he's short. Yeah, he's down at like the 1 yard line. So the TD's been wiped off. Math isn't your best skill. It's not, but look, I think I can call games pretty well outside of the math and the lack of common sense. I can, I'm not any worse than Al Michaels, is all I'm saying. For someone at 3 a.m, running off pure vibes and delusion, we're doing all right. But yeah, it's 1st and goal down at the 1. Saquon was just like an inch short. So I'm assuming they're going to give the ball back to him. I mean, he's powerful enough to get it in. So we'll see. Oh, his helmet's up. He's not happy. Don't blame him. He had one off the board there. Very frustrating. So the Eagles line up again. And it's 1st and goal. As we say, it's at the 1. So they probably are going to try and push it. The last one worked well. Gainwell and Goddard in behind. Atlanta trying to mount the charge over the top to stop them. And they pushed a pile. It looks like it's moved enough. Yeah, touchdown. So the tush push, as Josh says, is back on the menu. Tuddy puddy. And Jalen Hurts doing his finest Russell Westbrook, stealing those tuddies. Eagles go up after a 9-minute 34 drive. Brilliant stuff. It was a really well orchestrated drive. It wasn't overly aggressive. They managed to clock well. I know a lot of us were begging for these big chunk plays, but they've just been very smartly working their way down the field. And now they are going for 2. So Atlanta caught off guard by this. They bring back out Jesse Bates. He was previously on the sideline. He moves out to try and cover Devontae Smith. He broke up one pass in the end zone already. He's going to need to try and break up a second. Covey works in motion. They give it to Saquon. He jumps over the top, and I think he might be short. The refs are coming out. And the Falcons have the ball. So, but the ball is in the end zone. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Saquon jumped over the top. We've got a replay now. He's like, kind of hit the helmet. Yeah, he's short. I think he's short. Yeah. We get another view. He bounces off of Landon Dickerson, who's just a brick wall. Tries to get the arm in. I think he's short. So, oh no, they've given it. Have they? Yeah, they have. They've given it. Wow. Okay, I thought he was short. So let's have a look. Oh, I see. He's pushed the ball under. He's sneaky little devil, isn't he? He might have broken his wrist in the process. Jesus Christ! But the ball is in, and they're now up 3. So it forces Atlanta to be a bit more aggressive. Britton Covey looks like he's 3 years old. The Eagles do have a 3-point lead. So there's that. They're back in front after what was a grueling 9-minute drive. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot less exciting. I'll give you that. It's a lot less exciting. Yeah, I think Sean makes a good point there. Hurts kind of strapped up and decided to put the team on his back. It's a well-orchestrated drive. Like we said before, it wasn't overly aggressive. There wasn't a need for deep shots as much as we all kind of wanted them. And that was it. They methodically worked their way down the field. They knew what worked. It was short plays and it's against the run. They probably know the safeties and corners are a bit challenging. So why not just play the leverage game? It's worked. And the Eagles now have a 3-point lead, which means we might be losing the YouTube game. Liam's going to make it. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Yeah, I guess it's hard to disagree with that, to be honest. It was touch and go for a while there. What do you mean? Look, I think I'm calling it better than last week's. I've learned a lot. I've matured. Boss man cannot sleep. My heart is racing. Cannot be sleepy. I'm not sleepy yet. That's what worries me. I'm going to get to like 5 a.m. and I'm going to be absolutely wired. I'm going to be that. Where are we at? So the Eagles have 16 points and we have 15 likes. We are losing to the Eagles. It's not good enough, boys. Let's try and pump that number. We need 17. 2 of you watching this, I need you to lob me a like if you haven't already. Would be tremendous if you could. But yeah, I think I'd say Britton Covey is one of the most valuable players from so far. Jalen Hurts has done much better than he has. In terms of improvement, Hurts has been one of the better. To go from a very sloppy week 1, a sloppy start to week 2, couldn't get anything going on the ground, figured it out, got it going, spread the ball around much more than he did in week 1. He's probably been the most valuable, but in terms of the biggest surprise, I think we all really wanted to see Jahan Dotson come out and make an impact, but it's been Britton Covey that's stolen the spotlight. A 5-year-old who has never watched a game was better than last week. Last week was saved by the FTV team. I mean, you're probably not wrong. You're probably not. Oh, look, it was an experiment. I haven't done one in years. I was very tired. I've worked out when the energy drink needs to be consumed. I didn't realize until I watched it back. Like I was saying, when Brian came on, I was there like this in the chair watching I was like, this is not optimal viewing. I didn't realize how bad it got. So I'm glad that this stream is going better. And I'm glad that you're all, enjoying it a bit more, hopefully. I was going to go on Fanatics then and have a look at some more Eagles merchandise, but the Falcons are back on the field. They're 1st and 10 from our 30. Hand it off to Bijan, who goes nowhere behind the line of scrimmage, if nothing else. Kobe Dean with a little bit of pressure into the backfield there. I was going to say penetration, but I thought we're after dark as it is. Let's not make the matter worse. But 2nd and 9 for the Falcons. This is a big drive because the last drive the Eagles had took up 9 minutes. If they can run the ball as decisively and as assertively as they have been this game, even with Hurts, then they should have this in the bank. And a big lunge there from the Kobe Dean trying to get some pressure on Cousins, who lost it deep and he's overshot his man. And that was Mooney, who's missed another one. Great bit of pressure. I think Kobe Dean really generated some pressure there. We don't really get a look at it, but it's Maddox in coverage who just gets turned around, ends up being forced into his own player. Reed had to come make the play over the top. But yeah, Cousins misses the open man. We've got around 6 minutes left, Martian. Yeah, 6 minutes 12. I forget everyone's ahead of me. I think it's like 3. There's like people watching the game on TV. Then there's me. And then there's whatever the, not so legal streams are at, which is probably somewhere in the second quarter, I'd imagine. But 3rd and 9. The Falcons apparently 1 and 7 on 3rd downs tonight. Oh, hello. Hang on. The ref's blown something. He's waving. Hello. Yeah, big. Not sure what that means, but hello. It takes a while for the signal to reach Martian. I don't know what that was. What were they calling there? Was it a TV timeout? Oh, Maddox is injured. Oh, damn. Well, that sucks. So I don't know who's going to replace him. I don't know if Rodgers can go. I thought Rodgers was out. It might have to be Cooper DeJean because I don't think Rodgers is good to go. If in an ideal world, I think you put Rodgers CB2 and you flex Quinion inside where he's been working through camp. DeJean has had reps, but I don't think he'd be ready because he missed most of training camp. Had one preseason game under his belt, so I wouldn't be overly comfortable with him in there right away. But you've got Eli Ricks, you've got Josh Jobe. Keely Ringo. Maybe go Ringo. Or put Ringo outside and move Quinion into the slot. that might be the play. That's where I'm going to hedge my money. I'm a betting man. I think it'll be Quinion that moves to the slot. I think it'll be Ringo that moves outside. I think that Ringo has proven himself as an outside corner. He looked very good in preseason. I have no reason to doubt that he can do that again today. Matters getting hurt is like your GF having a period. You don't want it for sure. You just know it will happen and it will suck. Yeah, that's about right. Goddard can be added to that list as well. Don't put Josiah Scott in where the hell's. Let me just check the inactives because I was under the impression that Isaiah Rodgers was out today. So let me just take a look because I wasn't sure. Got to scroll through. Are they retweeting betting tips? Oh no, it's an advert. I was going to say Eagles. Come on now. Where are the inactives? Okay, Tanner McKee. Oh no, Eli Ricks is inactive. Devin White, Darian Kinnard, Trevor Keegan, Byron. Yeah. Okay, so Rodgers is in the game. All right, he's active. So, it's DeJean. Tommy says it's DeJean. So Cooper DeJean. Yeah, he is. Number 33. He's in the game. LJ, did you say that since they're roommates that they're on the same cycle? Oh, look, I can neither confirm nor deny, but if Goddard goes down now, then it might just be true. Come on, DeJean. Pick on your first play. Cousins lost one out, and it's short of the sticks, and it's Darius Slay on the stop. All right, Darius. Okay. I mean, it's fourth down territory for him anyway, I think. Because I don't know. I mean, they can't throw the game, but they also can't stop the Eagles. So it's only 4th and 1. They don't have a brotherly shove up their sleeve. They do have a Bijan Robinson, though. And that might be all they need. And it's not. It's a huge stop. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, I think, was on the stop. There's a flag, though. Oh, no. That play got absolutely blown up. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson just made a monstrous stop. Burst through the trenches, over the offensive line. Is it no flag on the play? First down? Yeah, no, it counts. It counts. Huge play. Gardner-Johnson just made a absolutely outstanding 4th down stop. And the replay of this is even better in slow motion. Just meets him like a stone wall. Man to man, who wants it more? Gardner-Johnson did in that moment. He's fired up. He is roaring down the sideline. That's the emotion you want. Look, he might not be the best DB in the world, but when he can come up and make an impact play like that, and that character, that fire fuels it, that's all you can need. That's all you can need out of him. Run the ball. I'm sure they will. I think they will. But this will be knowing us, this will be the time they start taking deep shots now. But a touchdown here would obviously ice the game and pretty much secure it. But what a moment that was. I really thought it was a flag on us. Yeah, same. I was bracing for it. I didn't have I don't have audio, so I'm just kind of going off the vibes here. But yeah, that was a thunderous stop by Gardner-Johnson. Just beautiful. Oh, I just want to watch it again and again. You cannot write that. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Thunder, lightning. We move. What a stop. I mean, that should now, I'd like to think, sort things out. My heart will go on like Celine Dion for real. LG can ride it happy. We know the NFL is basically WWE. Yeah, true. Probably explains why I like it so much, to be honest. I like both of them. see what the Eagles cook up offensively here. But this is where like you really notice the value of someone like Saquon Barkley. When you've got 4 minutes in, you make a big stop on defense like that. You need to control the clock, and you just have the utmost confidence in one of the best running backs in the world to carry you home. Just put the load on his back, set it to autopilot, 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, just run it down their throat until you can't no more. You've got a quarterback that can do it. You've got Britton Covey who can do it on screens in space. You've got Kenny Gainwell that can do it. They start the drive inside enemy territory anyway. You can take a field goal. But Saquon Barkley's burst out the trenches. He's not thinking field goal. He gets a first down. And the Eagles are down inside the 30 with a flag down. What's the flag on? Oh, offense, bro. Is it Jenkins again? Who was it? They're just showing a was it Jenkins? I don't know. They're just showing a replay of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Look at that. Bijan really met him as well. Bijan lowered his head into Gardner-Johnson. Even that wasn't enough. That was just a monstrous play. It was on Dickerson. All right, so the flag was on Dickerson. We need to stop saying, we need to stop assuming because it makes an ass out of you and me. 1st and 17, which negates that huge Saquon Barkley game, but the clock's still running. The Eagles are bringing that play clock all the way down. Smitty across the line of scrimmage. They give it to Saquon again. Well, that causes a problem because now it's 2nd and about 20. And they've got to try and maybe throw the ball here. You can't just bleed the clock down. What are you going to get? Another minute off the clock for 4th down? 3 minutes, give them the ball. I don't like that. You want to try and put yourself in a position where you can force their hand. Like you've got the lead, you've got control. Don't give it back to them here on a silver platter. Don't give them a chance. The NFL's too close to the league for that to be the case. 2nd and 18. We're not in field goal range yet, Martian. We're at the 49. Hurts drops back. And he's looking deep, and he does throw it deep enough, and it's Dallas Goedert that picks it up, and is near a 1st down mark. So they go from 2nd and 18 to about 3rd and 3. And it's the first time, really, we've seen Jalen Hurts almost try and challenge downfield. But he's done it, and it makes up for that flag. So a huge reception there for Dallas Goedert right when they needed it most. And this Eagles team now is in field goal territory in a situation to hopefully ice this game. Gardner-Johnson, that might be player of the year, just in terms of the value to the team and how impressive it was. They don't get much better. 3rd and 2. They're on the 32. Saquon motions across. It's a screen to Saquon. He only needs a couple of yards, and he gets them. And it's a 1st down, and now the clock starts winding down. They're nearing the red zone. A fresh set of downs. They get another minute and a half off the clock here. This is working out brilliantly after a big completion from Dallas Goedert. So the Eagles are in control. And just when you think it might be wobbling, the wheels are firmly back on the wagon. Which, frankly, we love to see. 1st and 10. We're now under 3 minutes to go from the 25. And they've brought Saquon down behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll run this down. It won't hit the 2-minute warning just yet. But Duck's exactly right. These situations are why you pay Saquon the big bucks. When you need to control a clock, you need a back you can be confident in. It's what Saquon does best. And we should get one more play to essentially put this out of reach. Unless the Eagles do get held to a field goal. But even then, Atlanta won't be left with very much left on the clock. 2nd and 10. They'll be running it again. I assume. Hurts snaps it. Hands it off to Saquon, who runs up the middle. Oh, it's a huge 1st down. Oh, my word, bro. That is why you pay Saquon Barkley. We've just said it then. When you need to control the tempo of the game, when you need to run the clock, to bring that to a 2-minute warning, to give you a fresh set of downs, to burst through the hole and get 10 yards out of nothing, that is why you pay one of the best running backs in the league every possible penny he asks for. And the Eagles come up big there. And that should end this game. 2 minutes to go. Eagles lead by 3. Oh. We're about to survive. About to survive Atlanta. Yeah, I think that's a shout. I think Callum Moore has done very well here to just orchestrate calmly. It wasn't an erratic run. I mean, okay, a couple of the play calls didn't work out well initially, but to be aggressive when he needed to find Dallas Goedert over the middle, to take that shot, to trust the running backs in place, to trust those short passes, and just go with what's been working. They're coming off the back of a 9-minute drive, and they know they can just drain Atlanta's defense. They don't have to put pressure on Hurts. The last thing you want to do in that situation is take a sack or even worse, a fumble or an interception. Get the ball out quick, give it to your running backs, give it to your skill position players, and just let them stay in bounds and drain the clock. We've just hit the 2-minute warning, Martian, so we're in a break at the minute. But yeah, 2 minutes to go, and they should have a first down. They should have a first down. They might not, but they should. Almost home and dry, boys. It's been emotional. And if I worked in a paint store, I would say it's been emotional. Emotional. 5 incompletions. What's his stats today? Oh, it's 3rd and 1. He didn't get the first down. But either way, I mean, you've got a brotherly shove in your back pocket. You've got a Saquon Barkley in your back pocket. I'd like to think they'll get it. His knee was marginally short. There was not much in it. Yeah, he's got his arm tucked. 3rd and 1. So you get 2 attempts. The Falcons still with all 3 timeouts. So they're not out of the woods just yet. Far from it. But I think the Falcons are preparing for what they've endured all night, which is another brotherly shove. And there's nothing brotherly about the way Mekhi Becton is standing. He looks like a man amongst men, a god amongst boys. Just 6'8" worth of what feels like pure behemoth. He makes Jordan Mailata look small, which is no easy feat. And you can't help but feel this is a sort of play where his value will be incremental. Instrumental. It's late. Look, I was on a roll then. It's 4 a.m. All right. Kirk Cousins is just sat waiting. The Eagles are in control. And they're about to try and get this clock moving once again to kickstart the final 2 minutes. They signal for the brotherly shove. And it was an offside. Is it an offside? A flag comes down. I think one of the Falcons might have been offside. And there might not be a need for a brotherly shove after all of that. Was it Contavious Street that was off? Betson got to be part Yu-Gi-Oh monster. What's that big one? What's that big Yu-Gi-Oh monster? Like the one where you like 8 of his cards, like his arms and his legs and all that. Like he's that one. They declined the penalty. Yeah, he jumps onto Jurgens' back. And there we go. Nick Sirianni straight away wanting to decline that penalty. Howie Roseman didn't really look too fond of it. I don't know why they'd want to do that. Surely you take the first down, but they get it anyway, I think. Yeah, they do. But yeah, I suppose he gets I don't know. Maybe it's a mentality thing. It makes no difference. Yeah, it just gives them the clock access, doesn't it, really? Well worked again. That's what, 3 for 3 on brotherly shoves now? Yeah. It's one of them. Like, if you're that confident you're going to get it anyway, you might as well get the extra, like, 20 seconds or so that we're going to run off. So, it's been it hasn't been the prettiest game. It hasn't been the most New Orleans Saints-esque run from this offense today. But it has been enough to overthrow what has been... Look, I think the Falcons are an underrated defense. I think if they can start playing some lighter offenses, they're going to thrive because the Steelers with a backup quarterback are dangerous. The Eagles are dangerous. If that offense starts going, they're going to be a problem. But the Eagles have been the better team here today. Saquon rushes up the middle, and that's another 4 or 5 yards. He gets stopped short a bit. It might only be 3. But the clock has been frozen. Atlanta calls a timeout, and this is where it gets a bit tricky because if they do get held to a field goal, there is a chance for a Kirk Cousins miracle. So ideally, they need to find the end zone here if they can. They can't be too aggressive, but a touchdown would be optimal. It should have been an easier game. It should. And I think Tuesday. Oh, hold on. I'm seeing you till Wednesday. Now I'm going to get withdrawal symptoms. But Wednesday's recap should be a bit more, I guess, balanced in terms of looking at what went wrong. Are there still reasons for concern? Potentially. But at the end of the day, a win's a win. They're 2-0. And the strategy in the second half has been much better. Like the way they've played the second half has been methodical and surgical. Like it hasn't had to be all guns blazing college football air raid bollocks. It's just get the ball down the field. You've got a running back that's one of the best in the world. Let him do what he does best. And they've done that consistently this second half. It's not over yet, Martian. The Falcons still have 2 timeouts. It'll be second down for the Eagles. We're going to win. A win is a win again until the league figures us out. But I think by the time they do, the Eagles have other options. Like if you can come down on Saquon and stop the run, that will eventually open up the rest of the field. All right, sorry, 1 timeout left then for the Falcons. But yeah, I don't think there's a reason to be overly worried just yet. As long as they're winning, it's one of them where it works until it doesn't. I think we've said this most of last season. But there is a lot less to be worried about this year this time last year, there were alarm bells ringing. This is more just like you're telling someone they've left the oven on too long and the pie's going to burn. It's not burning. You're like, hey, don't do that. Come on, you got to take it out. Your timer's going off. It's not like, oh my God, there's a fire. The alarm's going off. So I think that's the difference between the 2 teams at this stage of the Eagles of last year and this year. But we'll see. 151, and the Eagles are 1 step closer to winning this game. The fans are excited. Very minimal in terms of passing, but winning a game without Adrian Brown and Jalen's only has 5 incompletions. Very good point. It doesn't have to be pretty. When you look at a team like the Ravens, when you look at an 0-2 Bengals team, when you go across the league and you see other big teams losing, like the Bills made a real hash of their week 1. The Dolphins, obviously before the Tua injury, but they were making a hash of things. The Chiefs almost made a hash of their week 1. Big teams have been struggling. Dallas are another one. The Eagles will be 2-0. That's the big difference. And the big difference in this team to last year is Saquon Barkley. And on 2nd and 6, he should get the ball again here. He's lined up in the shotgun. He's got a lead blocking Calcaterra, and he does churn some extra yards out of nothing. So it'll be like 3rd and about 5, probably 4, with 1 minute 45, the final timeout taken. I think you need to be a bit aggressive here. Get to 4th and 1, run a brotherly shove, and then get down to the end zone and run it out. And if you don't score a touchdown, you don't score a touchdown. But by that point, they don't have timeouts. I do not want to see that Atlanta offense with the ball with about a minute left and no timeouts and a chance to win the game, because that'll be a blow. I understand what they're doing, but no. Like, now is the time to push. You're looking good. You've got field position. You know you've got 3 points in the bank. Either score them as late as humanly possible and drain this thing down, or work to that first down. Get near the goal line and push for a field goal. Push for a touchdown. But we'll see. Just have to wait for it to spawn in this new play. They come down 3rd and 3. No timeouts left for Atlanta. 1 minute 46 on the clock. Delay of game? Delay of game. Unless that was an Eagles timeout. They might have called a timeout there. Or was that delay of game? Yeah, the Saints offense does scare me, and we'll definitely look at that on Wednesday. There was a timeout called, waste of a timeout, but it doesn't really matter when you're trying to not, you're trying to burn the clock. But that wasn't good. It's getting a bit ropey. I don't like how ropey that's getting, to be honest with you. We'll see. It should be plain sailing, but it very rarely is. And in this game of all games, I don't think it's over till it's over. The Eagles have done well to not give up the big chunk plays mostly, but I still don't want to see, what we saw last week. 3rd and 3, Hurts rolls out, finds Saquon. Barkley's dropped it. Oh, no. And it freezes the clock, and it's 4th and 3. Oh, it's difficult. Was it a bad throw? No, Saquon had it in his hands, and he's just dropped it. Just mishandled it. But that's why you run it. I don't know why you try and pass it. Well, I do because I've been calling for it, but it's difficult. 28-yard attempt, and it's still 2 minutes to go, man. It's going to be 21-15. Jake Elliott puts it through, and you've got to feel like that is a wasted opportunity. You can't be too tough on Saquon. It happens, but that's a big-time moment, and that stings. That stings. 1 minute 42 is a 1 minute. It'll be like 1 minute and a half by the time the Falcons get the ball, but that is so much time. 16, 18, 19, 21. They'll win with a touchdown as well and an extra point. Yeah, defense, again, it's one of them where they play so deep that you're just going to invite these chunk plays, these 10, 12-yard completions, and all it takes is 1 yard after the catch when you look at the missed tackles from earlier. I mean, that was really sloppy. Clock management there, as Josh says, was very poor. Oh, this is it. This is where you're going to need primetime Cousins to do his thing and just botch it completely. Yeah, K1's just said there, it's where he really shines. Eagles kick it away, and I don't think Atlanta are going to chance a return there. Oh, good God. Good God. Tell you what, I'm happy I didn't back the Eagles. I did back the Eagles minus 5.5. Brilliant. So the bet's not coming anyway, but I'm happy I didn't lump money on it, because if I'd have had like $50 on the Eagles minus 5.5 now, good grief. Come on then. This is where Big Play Slay wants to do big play Slay things. See if we can get a big payday. Kirk Cousins drops back. He's deep. He goes deep straight away. It's a first down, and they're over the 40. God. Oh. Kirk drops back again. 1st and 10. This time deep again. Oh, it's wide open. This is exactly what I just said. Like, why are the safeties so deep there? I know you don't want to give up. They don't. That's so shoddy. They're already at the 38. At R38. Kirk drops back again. 3rd completion in a row and a missed tackle. Quinn Mitchell, and they're now already down inside the 15. And it's red zone defense that has been the apex of this Eagles team today. And they're going to need to shine once again now. Quinion got shaken out of his boots there by Mooney. Misses the tackle as well. And within 3 plays, the Falcons are inside the 15. You can't write it. 1st and 10. with a chance to win the game. The Eagles have 2 timeouts. Now is the point where you maybe let them score and give your offense a chance to go get a field goal. Drake London advances it down inside the 10. Crying out loud, man. 43 seconds to go. I tell you what, K1 might be on to something. At this point, I would just let them score, get the ball back, and get the field goal. I think that's far more controllable than whatever this is. Because you don't want to leave it and then they score with 10 seconds to go and you can't do anything, you know? Kirk. Oh, it's a big play by Avonte Maddox, who comes back into the game, makes his impact. It's 3rd and 5, but it's 4 down territory. And it's a great play. Really, really good play by Avonte Maddox there on the ball. All over Ray McLeod. I think he was appealing for a PI. I don't think there was one. It's not done. It's 3rd and 5. Inside the 10 for Atlanta. Kirk Cousins throws outside. Touchdown. Drake London. Oh, it's out. Is it out? Is he in? He's in. Yeah. I'm genuinely speechless, man. Darius Slay. What on earth was that, man? Oh, God. Drake London fires one up. And now the Eagles. It's unsportsmanlike. Okay, so the unsportsman. Okay, well, that penalty could be huge. It's going to make it a huge kick. So Drake London being unsportsmanlike and doing a little celebration, a 48-yard point after. The Eagles have got to make this as bad as they can. Yeah, but I think we've done it too late, K1. I mean, it's a huge kick. The Eagles have got to try and make a play here. Younghoe Koo steps up for the biggest PAT of his life. Yeah, makes it brilliant. Right, okay. God, 34 seconds. Oh. Yeah, this has to be. This is the Jalen Hurts drive. They have not thrown it deep all pissing night, right? Now they're gonna have to. What the Martian just doesn't have a clue. Martian doesn't have a clue. Bless him. He's just going off the vibes. Yeah, no, I agree. I think you could have passed it like the 1st and 2nd down, but on that 3rd down, you needed a run. Just keep the clock going. It didn't matter. It did not matter. And it was a very poor decision. I don't think you can pin it on Saquon himself. Drops happen. It's a risk. If you're going to pass the ball, a drop is a risk at the end of the day. And that was a risk they took. You play silly games, you win silly prizes. And that might ultimately cost them. So here we go. It's kicked off, 34 seconds to go. And it's all on the Eagles. Wow. If I start chain vaping, it's because I'm nervous, okay? Yeah. They've really thrown that away, but it's not over yet. But they're going to need something. They're going to need a big play. And the Falcons are deep, and they've got 2 timeouts. It wouldn't surprise me if they run it, if I'm honest. 1st and 10. I can see a Saquon carry. It's not. Hurts drops back. He needs something deep straight away. He goes deep straight away, and he does find Dallas Goedert over the 40. So the Eagles still in their own territory. They're in their own 40. They take a timeout. 26 seconds left. Yeah, no, you're completely right there, Reborn. Completely agree. It's shoddy at best. Like, there was no... You could have passed it, as I was saying earlier, the first and second down. When it's third down and you're trying to control the clock, I don't know why you would do that. But they only need about 30 yards to get into field goal range, and they've almost got just as many seconds left on the clock and a timeout. So use the sidelines. This is where you need to get creative. This is where you've got to get players like Covey, like Smith, like Jahan Dotson, who has been silent all day, into space. At their own 43. Shotgun. Saquon wheels out to the right as a check down. Hurts launches one deep, and that is a pick. And it's over. And the Falcons win. And I don't actually believe what I have just watched the Eagles do, which is throw this game away through nothing short of incompetence. I don't get it. I don't understand. I wish I did. It was a poor throw. It was a poor decision. And in a moment where you need your franchise quarterback to step up, the Falcons stepped up more. And the Eagles lose their home opener. They lose the Nick Foles retirement halftime. We're going to get a Jalen Hurts post-game quote about how when the leaves aren't watered, the water's on the leaves, or something like that. And they're 1-1. And I said the Falcons had to be respected. I didn't expect them to do that much. The Eagles sort of just blew that themselves. Just really bad. Threw that game away in the last 3 minutes. You orchestrate a 9-minute drive to get the team down the field and to score, and you just throw it away because you get a bit too cocky, you get a bit too big for your boots. You try and pass it on third down when you need to run the clock. Then Kirk Cousins gets the ball back, and instead of trying to play just tight coverage, you sit back, let them churn up the yards for fun over 3 plays. They asked for it. They absolutely asked for it. And that's the reality of the situation. It's fully on the coaching. The execution wasn't much better down the stretch. But to dominate that fourth quarter, to dominate that second half the way they did, and just get complacent, and just get lazy, it's really, really bad. Like, you can't lose like that. And it just absolutely sucks. And Jay Fizz is absolutely fuming. I think we all are. We all echo those same sentiments. But that's a tough loss to stomach. That's a sort of loss that would bestow this team in 2023. And the ghosts of that season are haunting them now. Only it's the inverse effect. It's bad play calling. It's bad clock management. It's bad decision making. And it's complacency when the team needs to be its most switched on. And that is what has cost them here tonight. It really sucks to have to sit here and try and find a silver lining in this loss, because there isn't really one outside of Jalen Hurts played better. And when he needed to play better and he needed to be at his pinnacle and he needed to make a play, he couldn't do it. And he makes a bozo throw like he's been accustomed to do occasionally to force the ball to Devontae Smith. Running that ball there was bad. The defensive execution was so much worse. I just don't see a world in which you have a 3-point lead, 2 minutes to go, you drain them of timeouts, you're third down, and you pass, knowing the risk it goes incomplete. You give him the ball back, and the defense just sits back soft and gives up deep completion after deep completion after deep completion. And then on the final play, touchdown, like it was the easiest thing. Like the Falcons got the ball and they were just gifted an opportunity. And you can't fault them for taking it because that was given to them on a silver platter. There was no fight on that defense. All of that work that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson did on that stop, all of that work of a dominant 9-minute drive undone because of bad clock management, because of cuteness on offense to try and pass. Oh, let's dump it out to Saquon. Oh, big touchdown. Right? And then just sheer complacency on defense as it's softened. Let's not give up the big play, despite the fact that to get a touchdown, they needed big plays because they had no timeouts and they had to go deep. So you're inviting it. You're inviting the deep plays. There is no one else to blame except the coaching staff on that loss. And it's embarrassing that the players in that second half played strong. Jalen Hurts was good. The secondary was good. The receivers were good. Saquon was tremendous. And you blow it, all of it away out of just sheer complacency because you don't respect the fact that the Falcons could go back down the field and score, despite the fact that the defense has given up big chunk plays on occasion through the night. It's embarrassing. Really bad. Order of blame: Saquon, Martian, Jalen, Liam. I'm glad I cracked the top 5. I'm glad I cracked the top 5. Man, that sucks. Yeah, literally, Sean. It's just absolutely shoddy. Just sucks, man. It absolutely sucks. Well, the Saints are going to be fun. If the Falcons can do that in 35 seconds, what the hell are Derek Carr and the Saints going to do when they're scoring touchdown after touchdown after touchdown on defenses that respect the deep game too much, that are just sat 20 yards off the line of scrimmage? It's too... I haven't got words for it. There's just no feasible way that that should happen, you know? And the signs don't bode well when you've got an offense that explosive, that potent, that dynamic coming up. If the Eagles can't even put a lid on Kirk Cousins on Monday Night Football at home with a lead, they've got no timeouts and 2 minutes to go, man. It's embarrassing. It's not good. And on that note, I'm going to head off because otherwise this is going to turn into a post-game show. I need to save these rants so I don't recycle material for Wednesday because otherwise you're going to be bored of that. But yeah, just sucks, man. Absolutely sucks. I appreciate you all for hanging out over the last 3 hours. Thank you so much for keeping me sane. I hope this stream was a little bit better than last week's at least. And we go again for Sunday against the Saints. And we just see where it takes us. But there's got to be some big discussions because none of that was tolerable. Reborn, you are more than welcome. I hope all is well and that this loss won't weigh too heavy on us over the next few days. But I will be live on Wednesday to recap the game and really get into this and vent some much needed frustration that is brewing up. And I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying not to cuss. I'm trying not to go all out on this team because I know I want to save it for that hour-long rant that is going to fall on you. Bring an extra pair of ear protectors, forget headphones, bring full-on earmuffs because this is going to be loud and it's going to be horrible. So Wednesday, if you want the mic drops, if you want the CM Punk level promos is where that's going to be. I'll see you then. It sucks it ended the way it did and hopefully the Eagles can get this right. So the Eagles are 1-1. What can you do? I appreciate you all. I really do. Thank you again for hanging out. I'll see you Wednesday at 6 p.m. Flipping the Birds tomorrow, Tuesday at 8 p.m. Hang out with the boys there. I'm sure they will have plenty to say as well. See you soon. Take care. Go Birds. Sort of. Just go home, Birds, if anything. Go home.